PMI numbers coming out, so potentially a muted morning. We're going to look to see kind of capitalize on some quick moves early. Potential bounce play off of the low. Oop. Let's see, NASDAQ here below that key zone there, 30-minute. This was that breakout point from Friday, and then we also have that high, that previous high there. So breakout point, rallied, gave it all back yesterday, all overnight, and now we're kind of just sitting right around this area. Any sort of long above 145 could hold, and then shorts below has down to that 71. 71 was really key on on Friday. We ran into it, broke out, came back to it, and then shot off to the high side. So let's see if we can get that information moving forward. NVIDIA looking like it wants to open with a pretty much a flat open, but we did rally yesterday up until about 2 o'clock and then just sold off into the close. All in the post-market, pre-market, starting to rally back up. I think until you get this PMI flash, you're going to get a little bit of choppy action. So could be better off to be flat, but I'm going to be eyeballing this 145 number and this 71. So you got 145 is here. That's this key zone here. And then the overnight low we have down here at 107. And then down into this zone here, that 71 area is going to be really important. So just be mindful of that. I'll put it up on the 15 just so we can see it a little bit better. 71 level is right here. We ran into it, butted our head up against it a few times, failed it, came above it, flattened, flushed it, and then ran to the upside. So going to just kind of mark this off here. 70, 25. I'll put it at 70, 50 there. 72, 25. Okay. Let's see. We got. I'm waiting for my cumulative delta to populate. It's just taking its time here. There we go. Profile's up. Cumulative. Very difficult to say this morning. Oh, my espresso is here. We are getting a higher low here at this point. I mean, not a higher low. A higher low in the delta. Looking like it wants to pop. A little bit of a wedge pattern here. I want to be mindful of this zone here. Break above here, hold above, look to rally. We are below VWAP. Yesterday, we held below VWAP, held below VWAP, held below VWAP, then popped off. And then we sold off to finish the day. So let's see what else we can get here. I'm going to see. We're open now, so we are flushing the low, looking to push right into that overnight low here. I did mention that 71 level is going to be really important, so let's watch that as well. I'm going to put the link to the Tradecaster and the YouTube. If you're over on YouTube, head over to tradecaster.com. Make a 7-day free trial. It's a community for traders, by traders. Is a fantastic place. Obviously, if you're watching on YouTube, you'll benefit from watching on Tradecaster because you can head over to any other traders lobby with the click of a button. All right, let's see. You may want to just try and catch this as we run here. I want to just check on some of these other guys. NVIDIA trying to open and push upside. See Apple. Apple very indecisive. Apple did get Bad news out of China. Pretty poor sales over there, but I don't think that that's going to... It's dropped 24%, which is interesting, but you are catching a little bit of a bid on it. I'm going to put Microsoft over here. Microsoft pushed right into that 412 area here to open. Right into that 412 zone. If it flushes that 412 zone, we could see this market continue to flush downside. Opening range here is about 89 ticks. So we just cracked the low of that. We're wicking the overnight low here. I did mention we have that flash services PMI coming out at 9 o'clock. 8:45 we do have numbers as well. 8:45 we have global composite PMI finals. So that's not a red folder, but it will move the market. It definitely will drive algos. The number is anticipated at 51.4. It was at 52 prior. Anything over 50 is expansionary. It indicates inflation. So overall, we're looking to see what that number brings out. Anything that's going to come out hot is going to continue this market lower. Anything that comes out with a less inflationary environment, possibly it pushes us back to the upside. Kind of, we reclaimed this entire move, right? Let me go here. We reclaimed this entire move here. That 30-minute just straight up run on Friday. We based out a little bit, and then yesterday and all overnight, we gave back pretty much that entire move. Right until now is basically that breakout point. So right here, we're sitting at that point. We could push down, like I said, into that 72 quarters, 71 area before we do catch a bounce of any sort. So I'm going to be watching that 70, 72, 71, 72 area for a bounce play off of here. It could bounce off this yellow zone and continue to rally, but we just left that opening range high at the top. So we are just going to be mindful of that. It's continuing to flush off. Broke that overnight low. You got Delta acting in confluence, so that push down is going to continue, I believe. As you get moves like this, where you get the Delta to push down, price pushing down, it seems pretty much equal. S&Ps is also pushing downside, so let's see. Microsoft pushing up. Apple pushing up. Microsoft broke through that 412. This is at Microsoft. This is Apple on the right. We are flat. You can see the position board. I made updates to the stream a little bit. If you weren't on yesterday at all, we are completely diverging here in Apple and Microsoft. Let's see what NVIDIA is doing. NVIDIA also pushing downside. Apple, interesting that it's pushing up after such terrible news for its sales in China. Let's see if NVIDIA catches up. I think if we can, I'm going to get a feel here at 2 because we're close to that 70. I'm going to buy off this bounce. I'm giving it a shot down. I'm going to kind of average in around this 71 area. If it flushes 71, it's going to be a dangerous little play here. But I front ran it a little bit just in case we do catch a bounce here. I'll add into it as we move to the upside. If we do move to the upside, not a huge risk here. It's worth taking the shot at this one due to the support level that we're at. Apple curling back to the downside. NVIDIA curling up. Microsoft completely melted off. Might not be worth the risk here. Flushed right through 71. This market's way too heavy for this, but let's see if this bounces off this bottom level of this zone. If we do, then we add a second here above here. Okay, we're in 4 now. All right. For some reason, this won't give me the ability to move my stop here. Going to be kind of tight with it here. I'm just going to take some profit as it goes in my direction. Actually, I'm not taking anything off. I'm going to take some off at 20, that overnight low if it gets up there. But if we get above this yellow box, we're going to go to break even, and then we're going to see what we can do from here. But 71 was my flush point. there for a second. Nvidia bouncing, Microsoft flushing, Apple probably also just continuing to flush. Yeah, there's the downside for Apple. Actually driving the NASDAQ today. This wick here in Delta also kind of acts in my favor to this possibly popping off from this low. Nope. Just still pushing heavy to the downside. Looks like it really still wants to just continue to the downside. Try to pop this. Leaving our stop in a good location. Need to get above this. What in the world? This isn't my chart that I want. All right. I will update that position board once I get comfortable with this moving around a bit. Like I said, I think that 71 level is going to be super important for us. I mentioned it prior to this stream starting. If we could get a bounce, it's going to be from here. If not, you're going to continue to flush, and then we're going to look to see if we can catch the short through the bottom and then through and see how far down we can get. But I think overall, our stop's in an okay location, and we're just looking to see if we can get this to work itself back to the upside some. And then if we can catch a bid, it has a lot of room to run and rally. And if we're in the money around that 9 o'clock number, that 8:45, 9 o'clock numbers, it helps us out. It could either pop us off to the upside further, or it'll just make us stop. Hopefully we'll be at break even by that point. A little short squeeze espresso, maybe helping us out. That would be nice. Get back through 71 would be an ideal situation here. I would like to have more on. You can see Delta trying to push its way up right here around that 71. There are buyers there. Let's see if we can get them to break that seller at 71. There's a push. So let's see if we can get this thing to push further upside. I'm going to add to it as it goes up some. I want to see Microsoft catch a bounce, although it does have to that 406.18, our normal area of interest. Apple catching a little bit of a bid, which is interesting. Maybe that'll help our movement here to the upside. I do want to get out if it flushes 71 from here. Limiting my risk to the downside on it now, because I do think if we don't just hold once the 70 level, then we're probably going to continue this flush. And I don't want to be out. I mean, I don't want to be full max loss on it. What's our loss on that if we leave it at the low? 96? No. 180. Looking to see if we can get this thing to pump up. Oh, there we go. Come on now. Push, push, push. We got a little bit of a wick. Anything over 80 should get us that rally a bit. I want to get one of these ads off at that overnight low. Oop, not take profit. So if I can get this third ad on, we have our full position size on. We're not going to add any more. Then we're going to see if we can get this to rally through. I'm going to go to break even if we get close to the top end of the zone. We're going to take one set of two off at 18,107.25 if we can get to that overnight low. That's really the idea here. Hopefully that overnight low could get tagged at least. We can get at least two off of the 6 of the micros that we got that we're going to get on. Here's that. You can see it's starting to build. The pressure's pushing upside. Hopefully we can get above here. Like I said, I'm putting my stop below. My stop is below 70, or at 70, because if we flush this right here, I think we do continue to go hard to the downside. But I would like to get this above that and get filled one more add on. Come on now, push up. Microsoft pushing downside. Apple catching a bid. I think this Apple bid could carry us up, but Microsoft really getting heavy, not helping us out. I think that, like I said, 71 is my bounce play idea here. We talked about it pushing into that level and going long from it because it acted as such good support, such good resistance the last few trading sessions. So that's 71. Right now it's acting 72 and a quarter. Looks like it's getting heavier. You can see Delta trying to push down, Nvidia trying to curl at the top, Microsoft's pushing through lows, and we have Apple just terribly beaten down. So we're stopped out here. We're down 76 to start the day. Nothing that we can't get out of. We are fine with that. I tried to play that bounce, but I wanted to limit my risk. I'm actually going to flatten that. I have that order out there. I don't want to be in on that if we're going to rotate downside. Also, we have that flash PMI coming out at 8:45 is the composites of the global, and then we have 9 o'clock coming out at the full PMI. So that's something that I don't want to really necessarily be stuck in a short, stuck in a long while we're sitting on lows. Right, we could get into this again for the long, but we're going to be mindful of it. Maybe we were going to wait the next 3 minutes, see if this PMI comes out. S&P Global Composite PMI, like I said, if it comes out over 50, it's still an expansionary environment. You're still going to see potential algo dumps and rips. 9 o'clock, you have that actual red folder event, that ISM Services PMI. So we tried to play the bounce. Didn't get much out of it, so it still feels heavy on the day. Downside targets for this particular move here, we did flush that 72, like you can see there. Right, you see that flush of 72 and a quarter, 71 area. I do have down to 18,030 and a quarter here for that little flush low bounce from Friday. So that was from 4:30 a.m., 4 a.m., 4:30. We got that bounce and then pretty much rallied the entire day on Friday on all of those lighter than expected numbers that we got. So a push down kind of recovers that entire move. 2 minutes from now, we're going to get that services composite end services. So anything above 51.4, you can see this thing probably start to rip off. Let's see, we got, I know Deck is out today, so he's got a lot of users out and about and around the streams. I'm really grateful for anybody who came in and checked out our stream here. We're going to look to see what happens in the next minute, 30 seconds, to see if we get any sort of rip on this first set of numbers that come out. Normally, I'm not too much of a trade the numbers kind of person, but if you start to get this pushing upside, holding that 71, there is a good chance that you could kind of reclaim that overnight low and push upside. The Apple news of being down 24% in China on their sales is really kind of dragging everything down right now. But you do have Microsoft pushing towards that 406.18. 406.18 for Microsoft has been a bounce location over and over and over again. So Apple, so there we go. We got the numbers came out, and you're getting a algo rip to the downside. So what was the number that came out? The number came out as 52.5 and 52.3, both hotter than expected. So let's see. Maybe we can get this thing to kind of give you a little whip down, rip up, and then we'll push down. Otherwise, this is just going to continue downside because of that news. Hot inflation equals no rate cuts. And no rate cuts is not what this market is pricing in. They're pricing in rate cuts at some point. Probably closer to June based on the that FedWatch tool. So if we can pull that down, right, I said down to 18,030. So that 30 level is still in sight. I'm not quite ready to take any sort of position again right this second. I think that we will get this kind of flush to push downside a little bit further. I do think 30 will get tagged with that number coming in hot. They may wait for that red folder coming out at 9, and then once 9 comes out, we will see what happens. I'm gonna have to set up an Instagram post, because if we can get this stream up, like I said, any day we get this stream up to 25 viewers, we're gonna give away a free month of Tradecaster, and we've been bouncing close to it. So I'm gonna make a quick little post here, give it something that you guys can come over to, set some rules up. Probably around, we'll do the giveaway sometime today if we can get this up to 25. We're bouncing between like 15 and 20. So if we get that 25, we will do that free month of Tradecaster giveaway. So we'll do it here. All right. Giving that a little bit of a like. I'll set that up after this. Like I said, you're going to have to go over to my Instagram. You could like my Instagram. It's the same as my stream name, @PolicingPips. We're going to tag off on 30 here. Looks like could have probably caught that short on that breakdown of our zone there, but you have to like Policing Pips, and then also go over to the Trading Fuel Company, Day Trading Coffee Co. Like them on Instagram. I'll put those both in here. 30 is coming in hot here. All right, let's see. When 30 gets tagged, 30 and a quarter, I want to be mindful now of how my delta acts at this area, right? 30 and a quarter is about to flush here. I'm going to go back to that 15-minute time frame for you. I'll give you a little bit of an idea why I'm saying 30 and a quarter, right? We just flushed it just now. That's this swing low from Friday's like pre-numbers release. We've completely negated that entire rip to the upside right there, right? So any sort of flush of that number there, we're going to start looking into these zones here for some information where we might have some good targets for the downside move if we continue downside, right? So anywhere in that area of 17,961, 18,000 obviously is going to be that key level as well. But you can see the bounce off of that 18,030 and a quarter. It was pretty much, right to the number down through, and now we're rotating back out above. So we're going to be watching, seeing if we can continue this push downside through that area, or if it's really going to be dependent on this 9 o'clock number, really. I am not going to place any trades until 9. I want to see what kind of price action we do get from this 30 level up into that 71. Obviously, we have down to 18,000. I need to see my normal setup is fading extremes and then trading back to VWAP. So I kind of hope for failed breakouts, failed breakdowns, and I like to rotate off of the extreme and back to VWAP at least, and then possibly rotate back. Usually it's a rotation from overnight high to overnight low. We flushed overnight low pretty much immediately today, so we're about to crack through the lows again. But like I said, we have that number coming out, the red folder number, PMI is coming out at 9 o'clock here, 9 o'clock Central, 10 o'clock Eastern time, wherever you are. Time changes. We are fluctuating now between 21 and 24 viewers. So like I said, if we get up to that 25, we will do a Tradecaster giveaway. I'll set up the rules. Let's see. Deck always throwing out the knowledge. I love seeing it come into the chats. I really don't. So my rules also say for me that I can't trade within an hourly close. So within 5 minutes of an hourly close, we're about 9 minutes out. So, I mean, if I really wanted to take this trade here, I could have. could take that break above, but I don't really trust any sort of move at the moment. I want to see another flush through the bottom, really kind of clean up that, sweep out these lows, and then try to rotate it back up to the highs if we can. If that number comes out and the prices are up here and it comes out light, you're going to get this thing to push up all the way to the upside and never look back to this because of the algos, right? We'll talk about how the algos kind of just whip this around, and then once that algorithm's like it settles in for, give it a minute to 5 minutes, everything settles in, and then you're going to get that true price movement off that number. So I know Friday there was a buy order just set into place, right? You could see Friday here. The numbers that came in Friday weren't that great, right? They weren't super light, but they were lighter than anticipated. And what that means to the market is that they're just anticipating any sort of rate cut coming at least earlier rather than later, than not having a rate cut at all, right? So they immediately set that buy program on, and it pushed up the entire day all the way up until about 2 o'clock when it just faded off, basically probably on profit taking and all that stuff. So you do have the full recovery of that, right? We flattened out overnight. Yesterday, we basically were inside all the way until about 2 o'clock, and then you started to get that sell-off all overnight. You got the sell-off into the breakout point from Friday, the break of the change of the high, and now we have swept that area and we're rotating downside on this 30-minute chart. So we did run into our main resistance that I said here at that 30.25 down into 27.50, right? You can see that right here. On this chart here, you can see that little bit of a quick little bounce there. So we are mindful of the downside to that 18,000 level all the way down to 960, 975. I'm very grateful for everybody who came over that doesn't have deck today. Came over to, he's in Utah doing the ski trip, and we're out here trying to do our best with dropping some knowledge. We did try one trade. I cut it a little bit short, and I'm glad I did, because we were looking to play the fade of the 71 level. 71 on Friday acted as a wall of resistance for the morning time. Not Friday. On Thursday, we ran into it. Friday, we kind of bounced from it, flushed it, held it a couple times. Once those numbers came out, we pushed through it and just completely blew it out of the water. So we came right back down into it, and now we're sitting actually below that 71 area right here. So that's why I cut it. I was just looking for that quick push down into that zone, mainly just be a liquidity grab. Looked like we were going to get that sweep here and then rotate back up, but we continued to fail to the downside. So we are in that bearish market condition at the moment. So let's see if we can continue this push downside, or if we're going to get some sort of divergence here in the delta, right? If we make a new low in price, we get a sweeping action, and you can see delta holding up. It means that there's not a ton of new sellers coming in at these lows. People aren't giddy to hammer the sell button, so it could be just an algorithmic just liquidity grab and then rotate back up. So unfortunately, it looks like we're kind of like holding this level already, which is good news and bad news for me. I mean, I think with the algos, you may just get that spike down on the number and then back up. Like I said, I think we do have some congestion down here. We don't really have a ton of room down to 18,000. So 18,000 is that magic number, right, where we can tag it and that's it, right? Let's see. I want it to. So we have 5 minutes till that hourly close, till that 9 o'clock number comes out. We're just going to stay flat. We're going to wait. We're going to be patient on this trade. We're going to see if we can get this thing to give us an idea of what direction it actually really wants to head in, and then we'll make our decisions there. We are one viewer officially away from doing the giveaway. So if I hit 25 viewers at any point during the day today, I am going to give away that free month of TradeCaster. I'm going to set up some rules. The first few rules are in the chat. You're going to follow these two. If you don't have Instagram, shoot me a message. It's all right. But the first set of rules once we hit 25, if you want to front run it, hit 25. Right now, 24 viewers. Invite your mom in here if you want to get a free month of TradeCaster. It's $175 value, so I think that's a pretty good deal for the first giveaway in the stream. We're providing good value, good levels, good ideas here, showing our patience on the levels. A lot of times my stream is kind of filled with me dealing with my kids, and my wife comes in and out. We sell coffee to traders. You can see on the bottom of the screen we do have that coffee company, Day Trading Coffee Co. The link is in the bio as well. You can head over there and use my code PolicingPips, and you get 15% off. I almost tried to give you more off. But it's just real life trading. I got a day job. I'm in here just trying to provide levels, provide values. I'm not a signal service. I might not be ripping my shirt off like Deck on some trades. If I hit a huge one, maybe I may. But I don't think right now. I like my shirt. I got it. I just got it. It's part of the company. Day trading, the future of coffee. It's a pretty neat one. We got 3 minutes basically till this number comes out. I'm going to mention that the previous was 53.4. The anticipated forecasted number is 52.9. 53 is the consensus. So anything over those numbers, you're going to see this market want to continue to sell off. If it comes in light, then you may get that flush of the bottom, that first initial move, right? If it comes at consensus at 52 or just below consensus at 52, you're going to get this thing to start whipping around, and then you're probably going to get that optimism to come back in, right? Anything that says, I think any print where this number says 52 point anything or below, you get the initial little whip to the bottom, and then you probably get that run up. So I would like to get long through 71. If that number does come out light, I would like to see it come out light and wick the bottom. So that would give me the indication that we're going to turn around at this area. You could see Delta isn't getting any more flushy, I would say. It's kind of just flattened out. So price action pushed down, Delta pushed down. You whipped up the high, same deal here. Tried to make new lows, came right down onto that 30 level. Didn't really quite make any new lows on the Delta. You didn't get that heavy push to the downside. Right now, same deal. You're trying to push down, and it's not really giving you a heavier Delta, right? It is starting to tick down. You're starting to push lower, but if you don't make a new low here and you make a new low on price, watch the price action, see if you're going to get that whippy move and then that rip up. We're out here with the short squeeze espresso. That's what I'm going to look to do today. Short squeeze this if we can. If it's going to continue downside, then just watch this level flush. Obviously be mindful of 18,000 as that major key level that everybody's been watching. S&Ps didn't quite recover the entire move. I mean, for the most part they did. But we didn't give that extra little flush to the downside. The NASDAQ tends to be a little bit more whippy, a little bit more looking to grab deeper levels and retracements. So we will see. I'm going to pull this up, see if this will show us the numbers and the actual move right here. We're looking at this here. We're going to start to see this start to move around a little bit. There you go. You see it came in at 52. So you're going to look to see this thing try and pop now. Oh. Factory order is down 3.6%. I'm going to give this one chance to break through 72. I'm going to throw my stop down below here. We did not whip below the low here, so we're going to see if we can get this due to the light number coming out. The economic calendar showing us that negative 3.6 on factory orders. They anticipated negative 4.9, so that's a little bit less than anticipated. So that's like stronger in their eyes. Factory orders are down. Services PMI 52.6 as opposed to 52.9. I said anything in the 52s is probably going to get this thing to start to drive upside. So if we can break through 71 and through and go up further, then we're going to look to see if this will continue up and up and up and up. So that's where I'm at right now. Let's see if we can get this thing to pop off. I would have liked to have tried to maybe get one contract in at the lows, but I just don't trust it to be whipping me in and out and around. I'm watching Microsoft and Apple turning to the downside. We're going to see if we can get this to now flip up. If it breaks 71, that was my idea earlier. So let's see if we can get that to push. So we're now in. We're long from 72. 73.50 is our average price. I'm going to add to this if it breaks above my zone here. That was the original plan to begin with. So we're just going to add to it. If we can continue upside, let's see if we can get the break above 71 and a hold. That's really what I need. That light number usually indicates that they're going to think that some sort of rate cut decision is more imminent. They could start pricing in that rate cut again, and we may be able to recover some of that move that we got on Friday that we just gave up all of it. So let's see. If we whip downside, then who knows? Apple's sales being so beaten down drove Apple downside all night, or at least when that came out. But now we're starting to tick it back up. Microsoft ticking down a little bit. What's Nvidia doing? Nvidia once again hit that high. If this market wants to stay heavy and short, even in spite of those numbers, then you may be able to play that weakness down through the low here at 30. I trust my little bit of an analysis here on the way algos have been acting lately. So I want to see this thing kind of push up harder. But if it doesn't, then we will be, like I said, we'll get out of this, down below this yellow zone here. It is a liquidity area for me. I'm just going to be a little bit patient with it, let it kind of dance around some, and then I want to see it kind of give me a really strong push above and into this zone here, and then hopefully fill us on that add, and we will be more patient. A little bit more patient on the trying to take off one. We're going to take that. If it does fill us on that second, I want to watch that overnight low, and then whatever happens at that overnight low is going to kind of tell us what we want to do with the rest of the position, because I think we can get to that, likely get to that VWAP area. That's my first real target, so I'll take off 2 at VWAP. If you are interested in the giveaway, I'm going to need you to go over to Instagram, follow my page at Policing Pips, at Day Trading Coffee Co., and you will get entered in to win. At some point today, we'll do the drawing after the market decides to give us what we want, and you'll get entered into the drawing for a free month of TradeCaster.com. We'll do that. I'll say we'll probably do it around 11 if we can get that one last viewer to step in here and show me the 25 number. The highest I've seen right now is 24. I didn't pay attention very much earlier. I was talking through kind of my trade ideas. I want this to break above here and hold. It's kind of trying to reject this level at the moment, which I'm not a fan of. You can see Nvidia is starting to roll. Apple breaking out. Very nice. That's going to help us. And Microsoft right at that 406.18. You can see that level for me is huge. It got right to it, rejected it. Hopefully it can hold. If it can hold, then we can get a bounce from Microsoft here. Wow. Just didn't quite get us to get pushed through to the upside there. Come on now, push up. Nvidia rotating down a little bit. Not a fan of that. And I want Microsoft to bounce from this area unless it wants to not load. Doesn't want to load the chart. There we go. I need a bounce from this area now, or we're going to get stopped out again. This is actually needs to be in this low area. I don't want to be at that high volume node at 50. I want to be just below 50. Not that I'm dragging my stop out. I just want to get below this. You could see there's a high volume node right here at 50, 49.75, and I didn't want to get wicked out and then ran over. So I just wanted to be, I kind of tucked it into a low volume area. That's the idea of kind of hiding my stop at the low volume. It's still heavy, so there's a chance that it just gets run over here. But we have our stop set where we have accepted the risk on this. We're just looking to see if we can catch a bounce and get this thing to rotate up through that 71 and hold. Those numbers come out, and normally that's just a rip up to the upside and then never look back kind of deal. But right now, all these numbers dragging us down sort of give us a feel that this market is now thinking about breaking down, which is very interesting. Apple, Microsoft, Nvidia kind of all bringing us to the downside, which is not helping our trade whatsoever. I took that trade purely based on the number coming in really, really light, right? We came in light, which usually indicates for these markets worse news for the markets, but good news for rate cuts. So it's good news for the markets, but we're stopped out now. Down 229 on the day, so another loss there. That 71 level is just acting strong for me. We're going to be mindful of it, and we're going to continue to work it. We can take one more shot at a loss, and then if we take another loss, then we will cut the day 220. Down 229. All right, right back to the lows here. Very strong push to the downside. Not what I anticipated. Really, I felt like if we can get and accept above here, we were going to continue to rotate back to the highs. That's why I was going to add to it. Really failed that level. Prices want to get lower, and that's what it seems. 18,000 wants to get tagged. So I'm going to be a little bit more patient the next few attempts, and we're going to see what happens here. We did start to step into profit there. We were, pretty close to getting that add-on, and then we just completely dumped off from there. So I don't have any further news other than what that economic calendar came out. Business activity came in a little hot, but that's usually not a very big driver. Employment came under 50.4. Services orders came out a little hot, and prices are lower than the forecast. So everything's showing a little bit of deflationary information. Obviously, any number over 50 is still expansionary, but the anticipated numbers were higher than what we got. So I think maybe they're just playing the pain game right now with us. Nvidia rolling over, Apple, Microsoft flushing that 406.18. If we can't reclaim it pretty quickly, then this market possibly looking to just have that downside push. 18,000's right here. If it's that close to 18,000, you think it's probably going to get tagged. 27 viewers. Fantastic. Now we're going to do that giveaway. I appreciate everybody stopping by from Dexstream, coming into the room. Got the numbers up to 27 viewers today. We are down on the day, but we did kind of explain to you all of our ideas on why we're taking the trades that we're taking. Sometimes shit happens and you just get sucked into a trade and you get popped out. So it's a good reason of having stops, because if we didn't have a stop here, this downside push is just going to continue to roll us over and you're just getting blown out. So we are going to give away a free month of TradeCaster today. I do like that flush right into 18,000 there. That was really nice. Kind of looking at it in hindsight, once you get that fail of 72 again, that rotation back down to 18,000 does make sense. But we're going to kind of watch this. This might get really heavy really fast through 18,000. So watch this 17,961 level. And I'm not trying to get in front of this, and I'm also not trying to continue shorting here at these levels. I'm not really convinced one way or the other at the moment. I am going to be mindful if we could break above 71, 72 again in this area here, what kind of price action we get. If we get the turn and then we hold above 72, then we could look to take that long through there and then rotate us back up to the highs. And that's usually what I'm looking to do. So if you want to be involved in the giveaway today, I need you to do two things for me. I need you to head over to Policing Pips, and I'm going to type up a post now, since I'm going to be patient a little bit in the next few minutes of just letting this rock. TradeCaster giveaway. TradeCaster 1 month free giveaway. I didn't anticipate this today, so I didn't type it up. So I'm going to type it up for you now. You can see it all live here on TradeCaster every day, 8:30 till 11. There's some really great traders in this community. So even if you came in here, you got your free month, and you never come back, I'm cool with it. I just like to try and provide as much value as possible. There are so many good traders in this community here in TradeCaster. You can get futures from me. You can get futures from other people. You can get stock ideas from Deck and AK and Yeah Buddy, and all these guys are in here and they're doing a great job. So I think that free month giveaway is going to give you a good idea of if you haven't got a full membership yet. That 7-day free trial expired. It'll give you that full access once again. If you have one, it'll give you a refund on your next recurring service. So I'm going to set up the rules quick. Like this post. The rules. I want to let this thing kind of bounce around here at 18,000. Follow at Day Trading Coffee Co. and become a member. Go into comment in TradeCaster lobby. If you're interested in getting that free month, I need you to drop a thumbs up in the lobby, and we will, or you can type in free month into the chat and we'll give it away. Free month. I'll call it free month. And I'll raffle it off. Yes, sir. All right. I just shared the post on at Policing Pips on Instagram. Go over there, follow the rules. I appreciate you guys coming in here. Like I said, we're looking to do a giveaway of a free month of TradeCaster. We're going to do it at the end of the stream at around 11 o'clock. Maybe 10:30, depending on how I feel with certain trades going on and whatnot. We are looking to just kind of be mindful of this 18,000 level, see if it's going to flush or if it's going to hold. 18,000 is obviously the key psychological level that we have played with over the past, since February. I'd say February 15th really was the last time we were really playing with it consistently. February 12th, we were messing around with it. And then all last week of February was 18,000 tip above, 18,000 tip below. I need anybody to go over, like I said, head over to Policing Pips on Instagram, follow the rules on the post that I've made there, and then we will do that giveaway. I'm going to post it on here on the story giveaway. Let's see. Get some more people involved in that. I'm going to include let's see, 18,000 just flirting with breaking down. I need to see what some of these other names are doing here. Microsoft flushed that 406.18 level that I've been watching for a while. Apple's 24% sales decrease in China is very concerning for the markets, apparently. Apple has been beaten down over the last few weeks anyway, so any real excuse to sell Apple has been kind of just taken advantage of. I think maybe that really might start to give some buyers some reasons. The markets have been very opposite lately with this name. I think, hell yeah, thank you, sir. I plan on doing the free month giveaway at some point towards the end of the stream today. I'll get everybody in here. Once I do get everybody that comments, likes, does all the rules, we will do a little spin of the wheel. I'll find one of those things online and we'll go from there. As you can see, we tried to break down. We didn't really get any big flush of delta. If you get a flush of a key zone, you usually get a hard push, an immediate push. We haven't got that at all here at 18,000. So it's telling me that 18,000 is probably looking to hold. And if I can get NVIDIA to get bid up at all, NVIDIA has been holding this market up for some time. So I might look to go a quick long here. I just need to see if it'll break and hold this area for a minute. I want to see what that surface looks like. We have this book map type thing here. You can see that there was some large size here at 17,997. Kind of pulled off. 93, that there's 140. 18,000 doesn't really have any huge orders. It's just a consistent run of 20s and 30s, 15. Time and sales currently, we are looking at, I have this set to any orders over 10. You can see there was a large bit of selling going on here. 81, an 81 order got filled on the sell at 18,007. So now you're starting to see that, but you're not getting a huge delta push again. Like I said, Delta's not acting in concurrence with the price action, right? You're getting a flat bottom break here, and you're not quite getting a big push. Now you're starting to see it tick up, right? You're starting to see it tick down a little. You got a whippy action here. If we return above 18,000, let's be careful on that. See if we can catch a little piece of a bounce, but that would have to be probably above 18,012. I don't want to just go right in at 18,000 because Delta is now starting to push downside. So you are getting the sell side move. Push down to 970. 61 3/4 is another target down below. Price is not following through to the downside whatsoever. Thank you, Deck. I appreciate you. Delta ticking down. Price not quite getting that. 95. We got a sell order here at 18,002 1/4. So any little pop above, there is a seller sitting right here at 18,002 1/4. Now you're getting the Delta push down. You're getting that flush of 18,000. That's more likely, right, of that psychological level that I just talked about. Like we were running up against it, trying to break through, finally broke through, and now you're actually getting some selling pressure coming involved. I think you do get a potential chance at that 18,002. There is that seller, like I mentioned, up there, but now it's just selling coming in and selling coming in. I'm trying to be more patient on my next entry. I tried 2 attempts at catching a little bit of a bid. Didn't really get anything out of it. Not sure if my my data is working currently. Let's see. Yeah, we are. We're fine. Okay. 970.50 on the 30-minute. And then 969, and then you have down to that 61 there. I really don't. It's not that I don't have entries for these shorts. I just haven't been able to find my area of interest. We were talking about the 71 level. I played it long side. If you were short and you faded me, you're in good shape, right? Because the first time we flushed it, the second time we came right into it, and we flushed it again. Really, based on those numbers, I was anticipating the same deal. The same deal, right, that we had from Friday. We had lighter numbers that weren't even crazy, like beats, but they did rip us to the upside. And once we recovered that entire move from Friday, I anticipated maybe getting a slight bounce at some of those breakout locations, and we didn't get any bounce whatsoever. We have just been completely kind of beaten down, right? So I would like to see maybe some sort of pullback again, and then you could look to continue to the short side because we are in seemingly a selling market here right now. We are holding below 18,000. Last time we played with 18,000 like this, we would peak above it, peak below it, peak above it, and we were stuck in a range between 18,000, we'll call it 18,030 and down to 17,920. And even, I mean, we started to dip into the deeper depths and we had some wicks, but I'm just talking average price of, how far we would break up and down and back and forth, right? So we are in that area of resistance, and I want to just watch it and be mindful of it. right to that 961. So our levels are playing out, our target levels, right? We're 71 was good. If I would have faded my my stop here, we would be in the money a bit. Coming down into that 961 now, we're gonna watch that bounce. Like I said, that was the ultimate wick on Friday here. Let's see, I'll show you here. You can see this here, big push wick down to the very bottom of this breakout, and then came right back to that 70 level right there. So the push down below that 61 right here is the top end of this. So this whole zone here is pretty important. So any sort of hold of this level, maybe another sweep, we could look to try that bounce play there, but I'm not going to try and catch a falling knife right out in front of it, because we are, if we try to catch a falling knife right out in front of this, we are setting ourselves up to get run over one more time, and we don't want to do that. So we're going to look to see if we can get some price action to kind of tell us, like I said, in this zone here between that 70 and 61 there, like right now we're holding just above it. I'm going to get into the 15 minutes so I can sort of draw that out for you. Right, you see this big wick down into this zone, right back up, pop back up. That 61 is important just based on all this price action from prior. But then also you have right here, this was that area where we were broken down. We wicked above it, broke down from it. So that's why I have that 61 level up into this zone here where I want price to now have to hold. So the 15 minute just wicked into that bottom there, and now is holding that zone. We did hit our target today. I saw the 25 viewers. I got up to 27 at some point there. We're going to continue to try and grow this, get it bigger, grow the community. I need to continuously build on this base, and like I said, we're going to give away that free month of tradecaster.com. And then as we move forward, after today's giveaway, I'm going to set up another giveaway. I'm going to try and do it weekly if we can hit some targets in viewership and in kind of activity in the chat. I know there's a few people in here that are usually here in later in the chat in the stream, so I want to give them the opportunity to get involved in the giveaway, because they have not only come in on today, but they've come in on a very frequent basis. So I am going to look to give away, like I said, I'm going to give away the free month today, but in the coming weeks, like I said, we do run Day Trading Coffee Co., and I will look to give away some coffee packages, some giveaways with some apparel. I want to give away some cash accounts. I'm going to give you some merch, absolutely. That'll be next time. Probably give away some shirts and stuff next week if we can get the viewership up even more. So every time we can hit a milestone, we're going to do a giveaway. And then as we start to just continuously build this base, if I can get this to a full-time stream, I am here every day, 8:30 to 11, but once I hit those big milestones, we're going to start to give away some fun stuff. Because Day Trading Coffee Company, like I said, is a company for traders, by traders. And as the sales grow, we are going to do giveaways. Even without TradeCaster, I planned, part of my mission was to fund traders who are underfunded, right? So I want to give people the opportunity to trade. I want to give people the opportunity to make money. So, like I said, 10% of all profits of Day Trading Coffee Company is going to getting in people into. Initially, we're going to try and just give away combines through either Top Step or any of the companies that we can get partnered with, and then moving forward, I'm going to look to give away. As the sales grow and that 10% grows that funding fund even bigger, we're going to look to give away cash accounts. I want to try and partner with brokers, and that's really the goal and the mission of the company, is to provide quality coffee. We love our coffee. I would never sell anything that I didn't like and drink myself. Like I said, I drink it every day. This was the short squeeze espresso. I'll have my Scalper's Delight dark roast after a little bit, and I'll just continuously fuel myself with my caffeine here. So we are holding below this zone here now. It is a breakdown area, and that wick of that candle goes all the way down to 897. That was a huge flush the other day. I think that was Thursday on the 29th. Yeah, the 29th, that was Thursday. That flush of that area really gave us sweeter flavors. So as far as our dark roasts, they're smokier. As you move down in the roasts, you do get some more sweetness in your flavors. I did have somebody mention that there was some sweetness in the espresso. I don't really taste the sweetness, but I also use like a expensive espresso machine, so I do get like the full bodied pull out of the espressos. So there is, I taste darker notes out of it, but everybody has different flavor palettes. So I would say if you like a sweeter flavor, we don't have any flavored coffees, but all of our roasts have different flavor profiles. And I think the Guatemala has a little bit of a fruity note to it, and you would definitely taste it in there. And then obviously if you want to add your sweeteners and stuff, that's up to you. But if we can reclaim this zone here, we are getting lack of like real hard push follow through here, right? You get that wick. I want to start to see maybe a push up. You're going to start to see this to fade out here. We are in a heavy environment, but we don't have K-Cups yet. I'm considering making them. They are quite expensive to try and develop with companies. So in our younger phases, we are just selling our whole bean and our ground bags in all 6, 12, and 5 pound varieties. So you can get anything you want in any amount that you want of it. So if you just want to try it, 6 ounces, order up a couple 6 ounce packs over there and use the discount code. If you do want to do a trial, you try 3 or more packs of the 6 ounces. Just add 3 or more 6 ounce packs into your cart and use code DARKSIDE, and that'll get you the discount code. It'll give you 10% off all the rest of your bags on that. So don't combine codes, it won't work. But if you want to use the 15% off for Police and Pips and order more, but if you just wanted to order samples, the sample code is DARKSIDE. Yeah, we are kind of just holding this level here, fighting the trend a bit on the first 2 trades. Not that I don't believe that we will catch it does seem that we will catch a bounce at some point today. I just don't know when it's going to be. It's max pain, and that's what algos are looking to get out of everybody, right? They're looking to get max pain. We are starting to push this level a bit. If we can break above here and hold, I want to look to see if we can get some sort of push to the upside. It has to hold above this zone here, and then obviously 18,000 is that that area of probably either a seller coming in or just giving up the ghost. But you can see here we have an ask up here at 17,997, about 100 lots. 73 is 176 lots. So if you start to see something, and it's chasing it, you can see it chasing it down. So they really want to get filled on this. There might be a stop order. Let's see what happens here. I want to kind of be mindful. You got 950 there. Somebody sitting right here at 950. A 200 lot at 950 on the bid. So there's a 200 lot sitting right here. If they get filled and it runs over, look for this to continue to the sell side. But if it doesn't get filled, or if they pull it, I want to see what happens on the time and sales there at 950, 955, 956, 954. It's definitely a magnet. You can start to see price get pulled to that kind of size. We just ticked it 952, 954. We wicked through. We didn't quite get to that 50. I just want to see if he's still sitting there or not. He's gone. He pulled it, or he got filled. You saw it was sitting there. Now it just dipped below, dipped below, dipped below. Are we going to get that selling? You got somebody here at 61 at 120 lots on the upside. So there are large size players trying to get involved over here. We want to see if the sellers are going to come and just push this down. You do see Delta's trying to tick down. Price is trying to push, trying to get heavy. We are holding below this level here. So this may just be a continuation play to the downside. I'm just here calling out levels, giving everybody the opportunity to understand what I'm doing. I'm trying to be a little bit more patient, just try and catch my opportunity moving forward. Just letting this thing kind of settle itself in some and then try and catch the true move. I really just feel like this is not getting that hard follow through that a good sell usually gets. A lot of times you'll see sells come in hard, and then they'll just completely melt off, especially through key levels like 18,000, stuff like that. So with a lack of like real hard follow through, I don't see. I mean, Nvidia's kind of just grinding down, which also could be the case. Microsoft curled over, flushed the low, and now is trying to reclaim that 405. Let's see if it can push up to higher levels. Apple flushed the low all the way down to 169.64. If you do start to see true selling come in, like I said, sellers usually come in hard and fast, and usually you'll start to see like a really good push, a couple big candles to the downside. Right now you're just seeing a kind of steady grind. Usually the steady grind to the upside is continuous. You'll see it continuing, moving on up. But with this, with a grind to the downside, a lot of that grind to the downside, you'll start to see it like people don't get so convinced, and then they start to look to buy it up, and then you may get a breakout from it, like a little short squeeze play. But starting to see a little bit of price action, ticking up in that speed there. I didn't see any of those huge sells get filled. I mean, this whole thing here could have been that guy, 32, 30, 30. The 50 level was what I was watching, right? That 50 flashed a 200 at 50 and then disappeared. I don't think he got filled because I don't think it was down there at that point yet. $31 there got filled on a bid. Larger size sitting on bids down here at 40. Yep. Deck is short currently, it looks like. New low day, he wants to see 507s on the SPX. The S&P, the ES has support here coming up at 5,089.50. So I think you got any sort of bounce play, you're going to play from that 5,089.50 level. Any flush of that, this thing continues to roll. We are looking at our NQs. You can see NQs just continuously, this 30-minute. I mean, once that opening range bar happened, we never looked back. So if you were an opening range trader and you say, okay, I'm going to short the low here or the breakout, you never look back at that high. You would have only had to have risked, say on a couple contracts here, 80 something ticks, and now you're looking at, downside of already over 600 some odd ticks if you didn't trail out anything. So like I said, I'm appreciative of everybody stopping into the room on a day that deck is gone, not quite streaming. I see the numbers ticking up and down and up and down. I would love to give away more stuff over the next few weeks, and just throughout the life of this stream. I'm grateful for getting that viewer count up to that 25 mark and beyond today, which is really, really a milestone for me. It may not seem like a lot, but to me that's fantastic. It just shows that we have some growth and the ability to kind of draw people in and provide some value, right? That's all I want to do is provide value. Win or lose in my trades, I'm not, like I said, I'm not a signal service. Deck's not a signal service. AK's not a signal service. But we're here to kind of just give you the opportunity to show you how we think about our trades, how we think about what the market's doing at certain areas and at certain levels. And then we go from there. And then you can make your own decisions. And that's really what you want to be able to do in trading. You want to be able to come into the charts, not have anybody, and be able to look at a chart, have a money management plan, limit your risk, and then be able to execute on your own levels and try and understand how you could develop them. And the way you learn is by watching people like myself, like Deck, like AK, and like anybody in TradeCaster, because everybody here has some sort of foundation, and we're all at different stages of our journeys, right? Like I've said, I've been around since like about 2017, on and off, and I've just been working on developing consistency over the with a family, with a job, with moving state to state, and just the real life realities of how most people could trade. And that's kind of what I want to provide as a value. Entertainment wise, I'm a little more even keel. I try not to get too high or too low on any specific trade or the whole stream. I can win 1,000, lose 1,000. Yeah, I'll be disappointed in the loss, but I'm not going to be jumping out of my chair on a good win. So I might jump out if it's like a life-changing win. Then you'll see me get a little bit pumped up and jumping around. But like I said, we're just trying to provide value, and the first bit of value that I could give today in the giveaway is that free month. So I'm glad that everybody stopped by. Just go over to the Instagram, head over to that post, like the post, and do all of the rules. Follow Policing Pips, follow Day Trading Coffee Co. Click the like button on that giveaway there, and then I'm going to actually post that over on the chat as well. Let's see, Day Trading Coffee Co. Let's see if she posted it. She might have posted it. My phone is freaking out. So, yeah, it's not working, but continue to watch. We're going to do the giveaway later on in the stream. I want to give people that are normally here later on the opportunity to come in and get involved in the giveaway. So I'm giving people the opportunity to the end of the stream before we do the giveaway, but we will do it. We did get the viewer count up 25 that I was anticipating and beyond. So I'm going to try and maintain that level. We are pushing up into that 48, but not quite breaking out. We're not holding this. We're still pushing down, still getting heavy. I'm not convinced on any trade at the moment. So we're kind of just really being patient, letting some of these things come into play. NVIDIA, really, if we're just playing this trend line too, we do have down to right where we're at, that 923, even 900. That's the bottom end of that wick, that 900 level. So we're not far off from there. And the NASDAQ does move a bit more in each direction than the S&Ps. So if the S&Ps can get down to 89, 50 and bounce, there is a chance that we could even get down to 900 here. But NVIDIA is starting to curl some. AI bubble chatter grows. NVIDIA stock is overvalued. No real news on that. I don't see that. You can start to see if we can break above this high, you're going to start to develop that higher high, higher low. I need to see that in the NQ here. If we can get the NQ to get a little bit higher high, come back in, not quite make a new low, get a delta divergence here, then we can start to see the turn. If not, I think 900 is that very bottom of that wick from the 29th. So the bottom of that wick there is 898.75. There's a chance that that gets filled, which is right here, 898.75, which is right where my crosshairs are. So we can just be mindful of that level there. Grinding downside. Our level up here was fantastic, right? That 72. Unfortunately, I was trying to go long here on the weakened inflationary information, right? We got the algo kind of like not whipping down at all. Friday, we got the same type of move, and I figured, hey, if we break above our key level, we're going to start to get some follow through. We got it for a second, and then we dumped off. It's just a heavy day up there. Although, you saw yesterday that there was an opportunity to just completely cancel out the entire move to the downside and then push back up. So we're not trying to just hammer in. We're looking to see if we can get something to kind of rotate us, show us that we're going to be on the opposite end of this. If we can get above this yellow zone, possibly, maybe look to hold this, get a pullback, and then rotate back up. And that's really where I'm looking there. Anything where I'm trying to get short right now is not going to be good for me until maybe at 18,000, and then see how price action acts at 18,000. If it ticks up into 18,030 and gives you some sort of sell signal, because if this just blows through here and I can't get a long in, then if you're looking for shorts for this to be a continuation to the downside, look at these areas as interesting areas for you to start to make some decisions, right? Just try and pick out these areas. That's the only way you're going to be able to make good trades, is to find locations, find zones, and just kind of build off of that. grab some data. Like I said, the reason I have that idea down here at 900 is because if you go to the 30-minute, right? This is Thursday. We had this all of the final week of February. We stayed in this choppy downtrend, and it's basically a bull flag, right? We had this big leg up, chop, 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 keep running our head up against this level here. Finally, we broke through it with some gusto, right? We had some sort of number come out, popped off, came back down and through, tested it and held, but then all of a sudden we had this big, deep flush, right? We flushed down deep right into here, and the very bottom of this here is that 898.75, or the low of this is the low is 898 even, right? So the low here, that's why I'm interested in this. And then you can see you have some levels here, right? You have that area where price wants to get to bounce. Obviously, you had that big breakout zone, so that's a key level to just be mindful of, right? And that's why I keep bringing it up. I'll even draw you a line here just so you can see it if you want for that, And then we have this downtrend where the breakout happened. Maybe a retest of that to get you that rotation higher could be a big area of interest, right? We were interested at 30, flushed it. Interested at 98 or 900 or 18,000, flushed that. So really just a very heavy downside pressure. I'm a perma bear and I didn't catch this, right? So the market makers and whoever's driving this market did a fantastic job of manipulating my emotions. They did a good job of having me believe that we're finally going to get the shorts. On Friday, I was trying to chase some shorts and got blown out. I said it was a capitulatory move on Friday and that you could get now the downtrend. I wrote that up a little bit in my weekly write-up, which is always shared here. I share it in Instagram and I share it on YouTube, so you can always find my weekly write-ups in the alerts on Tradecaster. I do like to just utilize that information, but as far as like what I said is I was looking for that to come into play, and yesterday I tried to go long, and kind of wicked myself around, lost a few. Today, I was long up until I had to leave for work and had to tighten up my stop, got wicked out, and then price ran up to the high side. It would have been I would have probably been at a break-even day instead, or slightly green as opposed to being down some. But that's the name of the game when it comes to timing your trades and just being in when it's the right time. Now, right here is what I'm looking for. This is the kind of move I want to see for a reverse from the low. You got delta pushing down, price pushing down. Everything is congruent. You get a pop up, price tries to make new lows, does make new lows. Delta does not. That's showing me that there's a little bit of weakness in the push down. There's not a ton of sellers willing to pile in through this low. And now every little bit of a bid up, you're starting to get stronger delta candles and a push to the high side. So if we can kind of take a look at this, I'm going to delete that. I'm going to get rid of that. I think now we're going to start to look to see if we can get a turn based on that information. I want to get more information out of this, right? You're getting price trying to push down again. Is delta pushing down? Not quite, right? You're getting it's still even a bit of a green delta candle. So you see buyers trying to come in, hold this up. Buyers are coming in here, trying to hold it up. Short-term buyers, in fact, these are everybody hitting the bid. So another attempt at a new low here, still not quite getting through that low there. So I think a crack above here and any sort of like good candle where we hold, right? You have to break above. A candle's got to close here, and then you can see if we can continue the rally to the other side of this value area there. Just based purely on our delta divergences, right? You have this, you can see it, price pushing down, delta pushing up. That's step one in my strategy of understanding, is this the time to try and time my long correctly? If price does now push down into that 900 level, you get a good flush, right? You get a pretty decent flush, and delta doesn't play along. I want to see a failure of that breakdown and a rotation higher. Any sort of good break above here and a candle close above this little descending wedge here, then I'm going to expect a pop to the high side and probably a rotation up at least to 18,000, and then we'll see if we can get beyond 18,000 if we continue upside. Any downside move, like I mentioned, we do have that target down at 17,898. So we're just going to just be patient with it, see if we can get this going. I'm glad we got a lot of viewers coming in here. We're really stepping it up. I'm trying to hold down the fort for Deck while he's in Utah. I wanted to even go to Utah this week, but I just couldn't swing it with the kids and work and stuff. So I need to hold down the stream anyway. Here you go. You can start to see a pop here. I want to see this candle close above this. If the candle closes here, I have some risk that I can give to the downside here. You can risk to low of the day and then see where the rotation will take you. My only concern is that 900 level down below, wanting to get tagged. But you can see there's a big volume node here. VWAP's all the way up there. So if we're targeting VWAP on that kind of return back, you are looking at a pretty good push to the upside, right? That is 580 ticks is what we're looking at to the upside. So if this candle closes above this breakout here, I'm going to look to go long, and I'm going to risk to the low of the day. If it wicks here and then fails it and stays down into here, then we're just going to wait for the next attempt at that breakout. I want to have that candle close, confirm it for me, and then we start to go. But you can see Delta ticking up, ticking up, ticking up. It really doesn't, unless we blow through here and the close is up there, then that should still say it's pretty strong. But I'm going to have to wait to see if it'll kind of hold and then get a little bit of a pullback before I get an entry. But it's looking pretty strong. 3 seconds, 2 seconds, 1 second. We closed above, so we're going to go market long here. And we're going to see if we can risk to the low of the day on this, because that candle did close there above that area. If we start to see a hard flush to the downside and we hold below this 933, 928 level, going to probably manually bang out of this. You can see this as more of the consistent area there, but we did follow our rules. We kind of waited for that Delta push downside. Price didn't push. Delta didn't push. All of the Delta came in upside. We waited for a close above the break zone, this downtrend, and now we're going to look to see. But like I said, my concern is that 900 level, but at the end of the day, I'm not that concerned with it, because if we do get the rotation, we're risking 150 here to try and rotate back up through to VWAP. But I mean, I'm going to be mindful of that 18,000 level on the upside. If we do, if this is just going to continue to be a heavy day, then that's what it is, right? We're in 3 long at 17,942 3/4. I'm going to update that. We are long. We'll probably just end up getting stopped out anyway. It looks like it wants to be heavy right now. 3 MNQ at 17,942 3/4. And we're pushing down. So another attempt at a long with our setup, and you can see Delta now trying to play along to the downside. And we're flat again. 0 for 3 today. 0 for 3, flat. And we're down 380. See, we're not risking a ton on these moves. And like I said, I wanted to see a close and a hold here. We did close, we held, and then immediately on our entry, we dumped out. So there was really not even any time to consider just banging out or anything like that. This is a very heavy market. I'm going to think that this drop can continue on the rest of the day. S&P's just tagged at 89.50. And like I mentioned, 89, that tag at 89.50, if it holds that level right here, you can see 89.50. If it holds this, then that's where you kind of consider a bounce. If you can hold below and flush and bounce. So there's that liquidity grab, it looks like. I'm going to try one more time at a long on that. If it does, you can see, look at that thing bounce off there. I want to see it get above here again. If we can get above here again, I'm going to take the same shot on that as this being a sweep of the low. Still quite, I mean, it made new lows, but Delta did not make new lows, right? We're still in a little bit of an uptick there. I want to see if this will get back above and then give me the value that I want to see out of this bounce, right? That was a good flush down to 905. Didn't quite get to 900. That's another concern, but we'll see what happens. Once again, thank you for everybody coming by, stopping by with us over here in the Policing Pips room. We are very happy to have you here. Yes, we are down on our trades on the day, kind of fighting the momentum to the downside. However, my strategy does call for fades of extremes. And not that I'm trying to pick tops or bottoms. I'm just trying to rotate extremes just based on levels. These downside moves kind of just totally canceled out each other. The rally from Friday canceled out today on very similar information. So the data is giving you mixed information, right? On Friday, soft data gave you a rally. Today, soft data gives you a sell-off, right? So we've kind of now become an equilibrium, and now that's why I'm anticipating some sort of rally back to the mean, which is that VWAP, right? That's my anticipatory move in trying to grow this. Sup, Max? Welcome, Maximus, to the screen. Come here, buddy. No, you don't want to be on here? Okay. Come on, say hi. Say hi to everybody. No, you don't want to say hi? All right. Give me a pound. Yeah. Ow. So strong. Here's one of our good day trading coffee co mugs. You know, maybe be part of one of the giveaways moving forward. Today, we are giving away a free month of TradeCaster. I'm currently flat, but I am looking to possibly look to get long on this because I do feel this liquidity sweep here through the lows was not confirmed as far as Delta pushing downside. Yes, you got a Delta push. This was more of a sweep of the lows, now looking to try and probably reclaim the higher end unless the S&Ps is going to tick down. Right? If the S&Ps ticks down below 50,089.50, then you're going to catch that short continuation possibly and just never look back. But we got very close to our area here. Maybe get a front run on that. Oops, this is the wrong one. You can see this very large push downside for the day so far, sitting right on a key level from the past that I have drawn up. And you look to see a break above this, rotate higher, right at that 926.50. These are older levels that I had drawn up. Any sort of continuation pushes up higher. I think we can get this break to push us through. I do have ads along the way. And then I guess I take some off at certain levels. If it wants to rotate, this is where it's going to happen, right? You get a big push down. I like to play failed breakouts too, right? Failed breakouts, failed breakdowns. This is, like I said, it's a trending day, so people are more inclined to try and start to pile into shorts, or so for today it's a short, right? You see the breakdown. You see the breakdown here of 18,000. That was a good flush. This breakdown here, you get a break and immediately recover it, and now you're looking to try and hold this zone and see if you can continue this push to the downside, or if you're going to break up. If you're going to break up, you're going to anticipate it to happen here and now, and then rally up, and then never kind of look back at these lows. You see the volume that happened here. Big volume node. I would anticipate soon for this value area to kind of flip on us, right? Right now we don't have a value area here. The value area is still up top. Price spent most of its time so far overnight in that zone above. So we kind of, the idea of price wanting to get back to where it spends the most time is the nature of trading, right? On the opposite end of the delta, you see we made a new high here, and there's the delta. We're pushing higher above that delta, looking to try and make new highs. If you can get delta to continue on and price to continue on, it means there are buyers that want to step in at new highs at these levels, right? And that's where my thought process comes in, and where one of these trades will cancel out, many other ones that we decide to take. A lot of people use VWAP as a buy or sell location. I use it as a target, at least for the start, first target, initial target, and then I like to wait and see if it'll break and rotate through it and push to the other end of VWAP. Usually I'll leave a runner on for that, and then I'll leave my stop at the VWAP. My anticipation there is that's what happens. I did feel that this market was way overvalued, so I don't think it's unjustified that it's pulling back the way it has. Or if it continues further downside, there is reason for it. But also the harder trade, I feel like right now, is a long. So I like to take the harder trade. I like to take the failed breakdown. If this can confirm this breakdown, then maybe you'll get that hard rollover. If we get triggered in here again and then just rotate straight down, then it's just not our day, and we're going to just be very patient. We're going to stay on the stream. We're going to provide value. We're going to provide levels. But I'm not going to keep hammering this if it's going to just keep rolling me over. So I'm using that level purely based out of my setup coming in. If you want to see it more on a 5-minute, it probably plays out just as good, right? Maybe look for another little dip down before we get filled. But I think really we could get filled on this push up. And then whenever it does decide to push up with some force, I want to be involved in it. Like I said, and I want to add to my winners. I want to make sure that on the way up, we're adding to this, and then we'll shed some as we get into key areas. If it does go up, if it doesn't want to go up, then we could continue to just break these levels and push to the downside and push to the downside and push to, like you have here, popped up, pushed down, popped up, pushed down. If you are in the chat, if you're new to the stream today and you come in, because we are above, we're above 35 viewers today. Went from 25 was the target to give away a free month of TradeCaster. If you want to be involved in that free month of TradeCaster, you got to follow the rules. You got to go over to Instagram, follow my 2 accounts, Policing Pips and Day Trading Coffee Co. Like the post in the Policing Pips account, it says giveaway. It's the only one that says giveaway. Come over here, comment in the chat regarding the rules. You'll see them over there in Instagram. If you don't know, and if you don't have Instagram, just comment in the chat in here saying that you want to be involved in the giveaway, and we'll make it happen. But we want to try and give away this free month to a loyal viewer. It'll give you that value. If you have the 7-day free trial, it'll give you all access, full access to everybody. If the paid streamer is not, for another whole month. That's about $175 value, so it's a very good value. Any of these levels help you. If you're just fading me and you're up 380, then good. I'm providing value. If you're following my directions and you're down, but you're understanding the reasoning of why I'm taking my trades, then you are starting to build a knowledge base, right? I did mention, like I said, this is a chat, a room for people who are, I have a job, right? So I have a day job, I have a company, I have a family, and I still find time to sit with you every day, 8:30 to 11, and give you that value. So if you trade futures, that's what we're doing right here. I do bring in the equities into my chats here like I do. I use NVIDIA, I use Apple, I use Microsoft, and I use all these names that are Magnificent Seven names. I will call out many levels to provide value in that sense as well. But if you're in here, you're trading futures, there's a time of day. You could trade futures 23 hours out of the day, right? So it gives you the opportunity, if you have a day job where you can't maybe come on the stream, you could trade, when the market reopens, let's say after you get home from work or overnight, or, there is time you can set aside, set up a strategy that works best for you. But understanding what I'm doing is just using levels, liquidity, and then confluences to really help my ideas, come to light. And that's the kind of value I want to provide. I want to be able to be here to show you that it's possible to do these things, be profitable, and also just proper management of your account, right? You see this downtrend, You got a lower, higher low here. You got a liquidity sweep. You have a delta divergence. This is the reason I want to go long if we can break above here. If it just wicks us in and rolls us over, then this is just a super heavy market, and we're going to expect some pain for some time. I do feel that we are in a condition, though, where we can get this to rotate us to the high side if it does want to break above here, right? You have like a flattening delta on the high side as well. So, but we are above that previous swing high in buyers. So if we do break above there, I think you get new interested buyers start to pour in, and then you get a bigger delta candle. If that delta gives you that pop up into that 62 to 67, 70 range, then you're going to wait to see what happens at this level. And then I'm adding 2 above my yellow zone there. So that's what I'm thinking about there. Like I said, doing a giveaway today. I'm very happy that we were able to get our viewer count up into the 20s and 30s. Every day, every week, we're looking to grow this community. And I'm going to do giveaways all the time. I'm going to give away merch from Day Trading Coffee Company. I'm going to give away cash. I'm going to give away free months of TradeCaster. Hell, I might even give away 1,000 that lifetime membership at some point. But if you the only way to get involved in that is to stay in this stream, join our rooms. You have guys like me who go 8:30 till 11. Then you have people that go all day. You have people who trade overnight. You have plenty of opportunities here on TradeCaster to be a consumer of many different rooms and just gather as much information. Be an information sponge, and if you can do that, then you're going to be in good shape for yourself moving forward, and just learn how to manage your risk, manage your trades properly, and go from there. It's up to you to make your own future in this, and I think that's the kind of value I want to provide. Right, I just want to be able to be here as a support, as a community. If you have questions, I like to answer questions. I like to be responsive to community. We have great conversation. I know Spy Proby comes in later usually. He's in here a lot, asks a lot of really good questions. You got a few other guys that come in pretty frequently that ask really, really good questions, and we have good conversations based off those. And that's what I want to kind of do for a larger audience. So the more we grow, the more we can get people out there and involved. So I know a few people have followed the account. So let's see if we can get some more people doing it. I'm trying to develop some partnerships too over here in TradeCaster and outside of TradeCaster. I want to partner with a few different places, starting off with some prop firm, not providing just like discount codes and stuff like that. I do have those on the website at Day Trading Coffee Co. But those are just, slight little discounts, and those are, I'm not looking to make money off this. I want to partner with these companies and be able to give things away to people and with no strings attached. That's my goal here. So we did get a little bit of a breakdown of this little trend here, but we are not getting that follow through. So I think a failed break above gives me that failed breakout. I have that liquidity sweep still here, sitting here. It's like buyers really just want to hold this up at 930, 940. I want to see what's going on with this surface. We do have a buyer here at 930. A heavy buy order on the ask at 929 at 100 lot. So every time we tick down here, it seems like he's getting filled. 930. So right here, there's a bigger buyer. These are the kind of things you just kind of learn to develop over time. You get a good amount of. I have this time of sale set to 10 and more. You can see a larger sell here at 30. 46 lot got filled at 30. So that 46 lot is probably not 46. It's probably this entire block here trying to get filled on a sell. They may have just got stopped out. And now we're looking to run to the high side because there was a larger buy order. We are in long now. Let's see if we can continue this upside move. I am taking this as pretty much the last, if we take the loss, it's the last idea on the day. But we are long from 17,945. I'm going to update the position board here. 17,945. Long 3 and then Q at 17,945. 50. Cool. Deck is 1 for 1. I'm 0 for 2, 0 for 3. But I am looking to see if I can get this to give me a good pop. If it's not going to pop here, then we're going to end up being out for the day, and this heaviness is just going to continue on. But looking at these equities, right, you can see Microsoft tried to tick up. We're pushing up. You're starting to get a little bit of a turnaround. Apple, in spite of its terrible news, it broke the lows, recovered the lows, and now we're at that low again. So if 170 can hold, if you can get a bounce there, then this could help our cause. If you flush 170, then our trade is probably going to be negated. But NVIDIA, the ultimate savior here, always likes to rally randomly. It is the driver of the markets. The AI hype is still here, and I don't believe it's going away until that next hype comes in. I don't know if we give it up yet. I think 900 does come into play at some point. 1,000 probably comes into play, just because people just love their names and they stick to it. And you can see with NVIDIA ticking up, Microsoft ticked up a little bit. You're starting to get that push up. You failed that breakdown. If we can get back above this high, should confirm that breakout could come in here. Not that it's a breakout. It's just that rotation back to the mean. We're looking for rotations back to the mean on a liquidity sweep here. You got NVIDIA starting to push higher. You got Microsoft also making that turn, looking to try and see if we can hold above here. Apple popped up above 170, now is failing it, so possibly looking to fail 170 some. If Apple gives you a hard push down, then may confirm this push. So my attempt at this twice now, not looking happy. I like to see my moves happen when I actually enter them, and I like to let them, give them some space to breathe, but at the same time, I also don't want to just give it all up, right? I want to see NVIDIA push to the high side here. Very happy to get it. I'm seeing the viewership tick up. I love having people involved. I am, not that I'm having a bad day. I'm not having a great day, but I'm also talking you through my strategy, and sometimes the strategies don't work. It's not really about your strategy. It's more about your money management and being able to come back and trade the next day, because at some point you're going to hit that winning streak, and that winning streak is going to hold on to your losers and build you back up. But realistically, from this liquidity sweep, the lack of flush to the downside, the buying pressure that's going on in some of these names should get us to kind of at least pop back up, and then into, like I said, I want to get back to VWAP. That's my target. Do I think we get there? That's why I took the trade, but it has to follow through. Something has to happen here pretty soon. Otherwise, it's probably going to just continue that flush to the downside. We did get that bounce on the NQs at 50,089.50. NQs love to respect their levels, and it seems like the S&Ps loves to respect their levels. It seems like the S&P has been sort of propping up the NQ over the last few days, so any sort of move where the S&Ps will support a level, I feel like the NQ is going to follow a little bit on the day. But if you do get a flush of that 89.50, then the lows are out on the NQ and beyond. But I'm very happy. Like I said, anybody who's new that came into the room, we are building up a base of people. We're giving away 25. We're giving away 1 free month. I'm sorry, I'm looking at price numbers and trying to speak. Giving away a free month of tradecaster.com membership. So you'll get a free month, full access. If you're already a member, cool, you'll get that month free. All you gotta do is just send your email and your username over to Deck, and he will take care of the rest. So I'm pretty excited about that. Very happy to be able to give stuff back to the community as we grow this community, and that's really what I'm looking to do on a week-to-week basis. Try to give away stuff, try to provide value to the trades that I'm taking. If this is just going to rotate down, looks like NVIDIA wants to rotate down. Everything kind of is getting heavy again. Apple gave you that big pop off of 170 and now rejecting that 50 level. I would like to see, I'm giving this to that low because I do believe that if Apple can give you that follow through to the high side, maybe we could push this up. But it looks like NVIDIA wants to roll, and NVIDIA rolling is the driver of this market, right? You're breaking this level here. I would like to have gave it to the low of the day, but I don't want to risk too much more. The low of the day is here. Is that flush. You can see the S&Ps are pushing down. S&Ps are pushing right back to that 89.50 level. With that push, you're probably going to get our push to the downside. But you can see Delta just not playing the game. Delta not playing, right? We're trying to make new lows in price, and we're flat now. We're out. All right, I'm going to be flat for the day. Done. 541. Not a big fan of the losing day, but very happy with our viewership. Back-to-back losing days. We're flat now. I don't like the way price action is not playing along with my ideas, so we're just going to not take any more trades. Flat. I'm going to just sit here, watch, call out my levels, give you the ideas of what I have going on, stuff that I would look to see set up. You know, like I said, bringing this... I'm actually going to bring that over here. A free month. You've got to go over to tradecaster.com. If you're on YouTube, go over to Tradecaster and sign up. And then you could be involved in the giveaway. Well, if you're fading me today, you're doing a great job. I'm very proud of you for taking the opposite trades of what I took. This breakdown here worked out well for the move. I have a feeling that this delta divergence is playing out, but it's more of bad timing with the NVIDIA rolling over, right? NVIDIA rolled and now is catching a little bit of a bid. Apple catching that bid still, and price on is sort of diverged, right? You can see Apple pushing up, NVIDIA pushed up, Microsoft bounced a little bit. But you're not, and now it's rolling over, but you're not getting that same sort of follow through on the equity side, on the NQ that you would normally, right? There's that wick. You can start to see this. Like I said, I wanted to probably risk to the low of the day. There's that bounce, higher low. Trying to stick to not taking this next trade. Back-to-back days of just grinding it a little bit. That's the risk that I take. I take a tight risk, relatively speaking. Not that I look for home runs. I just look for mean reversions, and I look for trades to move my direction sort of quickly. Everything here is still setting up for my trade to the high side. I do think that there is a chance that VWAP does come back into play, at least 18,000 possibly. But I think you just wait and wait and wait. I think there is a chance we do get this bounce, and right now it is playing out pretty much the way it should have. Getting stopped out right there, like I was talking it out, saying I probably should leave the risk to the low of the day, and that would have only added another $50 to the risk, and we can still kind of be involved in this and look to see if we get back above there. If you want to get involved in the giveaway of the free month of Tradecaster, you have to follow the rules. You got to enter some messages into the chat. Head over to the chat. Type in that you want to be involved. Free month is the words that I need to see in the chat. I need you to head over to Instagram, like the Instagram. Head over to the website. I mean the Instagram, and then when you go over to Instagram, you'll find all of the rules. But here is the website, daytradingcoffeeco.com. It's all coffee for traders, dedicated for trading, right? We got our scalpers, the light dark roast, short squeeze espresso, mean inversion Colombia. And you can always go over to our Instagram page. It's part of the giveaway. there is an issue. Okay, great. I'm glad that works great. Instagram's not working. It wasn't working on my phone either, so maybe there's something wrong with Instagram at the moment. Completely. Instagram might be down totally. I'm not able to do anything on Instagram purely. So if there is an issue with Instagram currently, let me know, because I don't have any access to it from any of my accounts. I don't know if I'm getting in trouble or if it's just Instagram not working. But if it doesn't work, then just, okay, if Instagram's down, that's a horrible day to do a giveaway. That's good. If you want to be a part of the giveaway, the Instagram rules still apply, I guess. Try later on. I'm going to do the giveaway around 11 o'clock. If you want to be involved in it, type free month into the chat here, and I will include you in the giveaway. I'm going to write down everybody who has done it, and then we're going to start to set up the giveaway thing. So 1 free month at tradecaster.com, full access. We got Sully, we got JDK, we got Abby, Sully, JDK. I'm going to include JKD, ML1. Yeah, that's interesting that it's down for everybody on the day I try to do a giveaway and add people in. So I know I said I'm not going to take another one, but I'm going to take a smaller size shot at this long because of my setup being here. I can't avoid my setup. I got to shoot my shots when they're out there. And if I get above here, then, or if it doesn't get above here, then it's fine by me. Yeah, 42 viewers. I'm very excited. We were looking to get a giveaway at 25. We hit off on that, so we're going to give away a free month of Tradecaster. And then as we grow week to week, I'm going to give away more and more stuff as far as giveaways are concerned. I'm going to do giveaways of coffee gear, I'm going to give away some of our apparel. I'm going to give away some cash accounts, some combines. I'm going to give away whatever we can get as we grow and we approach more and more milestone numbers. It's going to be really great to build this community, like I said, and you're one of the ones that have come in and out of this room quite frequently. Yeah, it was only me and you. You've been here for a while, and I really appreciate everything you've done as far as coming in here and starting good conversation. You always ask really great questions, and that's what I want to get out of a community like this. It doesn't matter what I do with trades, right? You shouldn't want to follow exactly what I'm doing. You should want to develop your own strategy. And, if I'm in here and we're having a good conversation, you want to learn something, you want to talk about certain things that happen within trading, understanding macro drivers, fundamental drivers, understanding reasonings why markets move in certain ways and why they don't move in certain ways. If you want to learn about managing your life around trading, right? Like I said, I have a job, I trade, I stream, I started a business, I have a family. I moved completely from New York to Texas, and we have just us here. It's not like we have a support staff running around with us. So trying to knock over my coffee. There is the ability to do that, and I want to be able to provide that guidance to certain people who want to do it as well, who understand that trading is such a very difficult. It's so easy, right? You can click buy, you can click sell, you can make money, but the complications behind it and the mental part of the game is really where I try to set myself up for success, right? Like you see Deck getting pumped, you see AK getting pumped. You come into this room and I'm kind of just chill, right? If you need a chill environment some days to just trade and just look at markets, I'm going to talk through everything that I'm doing, and I'm going to give you really just a no frills analysis of what I'm seeing and from everything. So like I said, JKD, you're involved in the giveaway. Hopefully, some of the other day one, a couple other people come into the chat. I'm giving them till 11 to get involved. It's hard to do the Instagram portion of the giveaway, but I'm going to do it anyway because I'm a man of my word. Loyalty and your word is all you got. So I am here to do that giveaway. So anybody who's in here, wants to be involved in the giveaway. I know there's some people in here that maybe don't even want to be involved. They just want to be watching, whatever. That's cool. But if you want to be involved, type in free month, and we'll give away 1 free month of tradecaster.com to 1 lucky viewer. And then, like I said, we're going to do giveaways pretty frequently as this account grows, this community grows. I want to just, like I said, provide value and have this account grow to where everybody starts to get to know each other. I know Deck is going to be doing one of those symposium type things. I'm going to plan on attending that. So if I can get a big enough following in here, I hope a lot of you end up joining us over there. It'll be a great learning experience and developing a community, learn to meet each other. If anybody's in Texas or near the Houston area, I'm willing to do live meetups, live trading stuff where we can get together. We can drink some of our fantastic day trading coffee company coffee, and we can just discuss, trading, life, everything you want to do. We could do a cool little meetup, have an event, but it's hard to do that if you're not in the Texas area. But I know Deck's doing his Utah trip. We could do stuff like that moving forward. That's the kind of, I want to just build that kind of community, and that's where I'm at in this journey, right? Like I said, I'm down a little bit. I'm looking to see if my strategy is going to play out here. If it does, it does. If it doesn't, so be it. We're just letting this thing kind of play out now, and we're going to go from there. My idea here is to return this to VWAP. I saw Moon trading, typing, and then disappearing. I don't know if you want to be involved in a Moon. If you want to be involved in the giveaway, you just got to type in free month. I want to see this turn around here. Like you said, lower high, new higher highs here. I'm leaving my stop down here at the low of the day, and I want to see this thing just kind of grind itself back to the high side. It's kind of what it likes to do on days like this. 18,000 is going to be a very important level, though. I'd like to get to VWAP. However, that 18,000 level is going to be something I'm going to watch very intently if we do get back to that area, right? I should not have taken this loss. I really mentioned it, called it out, talked to you guys about it, saying that I should risk to the low of the day. I didn't. And I paid for it, right? I kind of just went, I saw the divergence still playing out, and I said, hey, look, the delta divergence is still here. And, instead of taking a loss, now we've taken one extra loss than we should have, and we would be in the money now, maybe back to break even or something on that, and, been able to maximize our gains on it a little bit better. But now we're just kind of digging out and allowing this strategy to be more of a longer term play out on the day. Normally my stream is 8:30 to 11. I have a lot more viewers today that maybe haven't been here in the past. 8:30 to 11 Central. I know I have a few viewers that come on around the end of the stream, come say what's up. They come talk and hang out. If I'm still involved in this trade, or if we're going to do some more of the giveaway stuff, I want to see if I can get more of the regulars to come in, give them the opportunity, because they have been here and they have been part of this to build up this viewership here. So I want to give them every opportunity. Like I said, loyalty to me is everything. So I don't mind you coming in and out and hanging out and getting involved in the giveaway and never coming back. That's cool with me. But if you want to be involved, you got to, since Instagram is down for everybody, come out here, just get involved in the chat, say something in the chat. And like I said, say free month, do whatever you need to do, and then get involved, and we'll get you involved into the giveaway. We'll do that at the very end of the stream. So whoever I get in here, I'll just run it up. I'll set up a little spinny wheel. We'll do it live on the stream. We'll give away that month, and then I'll have whoever wins it send me an email with their name, their username, name, and email address, and I'll have to send that over to Deck so he could process that free month for you guys. So that's a cool opportunity for today. Like I said, I'm going to consistently thank you guys for coming on to this chat. If you're in YouTube, head over to that Tradecaster link. It is on the chat, and I believe it's on the description of whatever that is, the YouTube description of the page. So just watch, go over there, head over if you want to be involved in the giveaway. It's a 7-day free trial anyway, so you might as well sign up for the free trial. If you don't win, you still get access to the room Thank you, AK. I love when you stop by. You're a big help in my journey here. I always stop by AK's room and just kind of steal some of what he's doing in his conversation with people. And, maybe I'm just going to start talking about barbecue all the time and I'll be good, That's that seems to help your viewership a bit. I hope you got all of your shirts and stuff I sent over from the coffee company. Let me know if they fit or if there's anything wrong with any of the mugs, and I'll send you a new one. If not, sometimes I get some printing issues. I like to clean up and make sure that they're good. Also got to still send your wife some coffee, so just let me know. I appreciate this. Thank you, sir. Yeah, we're in on this long. I could have taken some off there, but I'm really just giving this to the low of the day and seeing if it'll grind back to the high side. I think we do kind of catch this thing to bid up some. I appreciate it. I kind of forgot which ones I sent you, but I'm rocking this one today. We got the future of coffee. We're trading futures. This is the KC futures. Play on words. Kind of fun. I appreciate you guys coming in here. Everybody, AK especially, big help. I don't expect this community to grow like astronomically right off the jump. We've been together now since the middle of January, and every day I'm just going to look to grow it a little bit more and a little bit more. We're going to do the giveaways. Like I said, today we are going to give away 1 free month of tradecaster.com, which is great. There's a $175 value, something like that, where you can come in here, see me for free, and then you can go over to AK's room and learn how to be a boss over there and make some fantastic Arkansas barbecue and all that. That's what you get, plus top-end calls in stock market analysis. He does everything from small caps to large caps and everything in between, and he's just a beast over there. So, and he's got the best radio voice around, so not like my quasi New York starting to turn into Texas accent. I don't think that's ever coming, but we are still long in this. We're looking to see if this will accept above our liquidity zone here. If it does, we're adding a couple contracts to it. I want to get up into VWAP just based on pure, price dynamics, macroeconomic ideas here. With the numbers that came in today, we canceled out that entire move on Friday. So that whole Friday move got canceled out. And then we got the similar numbers that we got on Friday today, right? We missed on consensus ideas, right? We came in lower. So they think, all right, grand scheme, traders thinking, hey, Mr. Market, JPOW, please come in here and let's cut these rates, right? And the more that the inflationary environment decreases and decreases and decreases, the better chance that JPOW is going to come out and say, we're cutting these rates, start borrowing money, people, because we're ready to start spending again. And that's what this market's trying to price in, right? And then you still have the AI boom here of NVIDIA, who is never going to look back. Until you can get something else to come in, quantum computing or, I don't know, something else besides AI and these chips, you're going to get these names to kind of continue to grind higher. I don't think that they're going to ever have this, not ever, don't say ever. I don't think near term to medium term that AMD, anything in the Soxel sector, right? Soxel here is the chip sector. Anything in the semiconductor sector is not going to go away really anytime soon. You got that huge move come breakout today, previously, and now you're fading off since, but really I think you can recover that in the Soxel sector. But you have AMD, you have FMCI, you have NVDA. All these names are holding this market up, even though they're not the highest weighted caps in the NASDAQ. It is what's helping this hold this up, right? You get Apple with this 24% sale decrease in China. And what we do, we push downside and we tried to flush the lows and we've just been holding 170. Is it a reason for people to have pushed price down to bid this back up? Maybe. That could be a good reason, because Apple, since the beginning of the year, has just kind of been beaten down. And any sort of like news, it kind of gets bid up. And then you get Microsoft here, who's also involved in the AI world with, ChatGPT and all that stuff. And it's still Microsoft, right? Heaviest weighted in the NASDAQ. you are kind of getting a little bit of a double top here, kind of delta divergence, what I look for. So I want this to break out back up to that 406.18 to help my cause. But really, the NVIDIA name here is going to be, yeah, it got some short, and now it wants to get back long. I think NVIDIA got some people to a point where they want to buy up also, right? That pre-market low, you came in close to it and you never really got near it again. Now on yesterday's, sort of support area, we did the same thing yesterday, right? We ground out, we shorted some, we popped up, and then all of a sudden it just ground up higher. Like something about that 1030, lull gets NVIDIA going. So maybe we can get that to help our idea here to go. Also, like the likelihood of making new lows and breaking down new lows to me is less likely than the grind back higher, just based on some of the news. Like I said, the data that we got today came in soft. Inflation is still coming down according to these numbers. In reality, anybody living in real life knows it's probably not. But in stock market world, it is. So that's where I think that the likelihood of we kind of lost that momentum to the downside. We may still continue. It's possible. It is a trending day to the downside. I just want to see if we can hold this now and kind of rally up through these levels and then start to grind up, right? You're starting to get this little bit of a wedge here. Not that I play all these patterns all the time, but it's just an added layer of confluence, right? If you can get that to break and hold, then you can say, okay, maybe now we're going to get another measured move, break through there up into that 18,000 level again. But if it fails this and holds, then maybe watch this bottom end here. Once again, I'm really grateful for everybody coming by, AK, anybody else who just came in because Deck's on vacation. Any reason to come into this chat is a great reason for you to be here. I mentioned to everybody all the time, I'm here to try and provide value and not be a signal service. I don't think anybody benefits from being nobody benefits from signal services. At the end of the day, there are some people out there that'll just be like, I'm going to take everything that somebody else says. And that's really not, you can't do that. Everybody has different personality types. Everybody has different ideas on what they want to see out of the market, right? Somebody else might have took this long and went in heavy size and then just got out right at resistance. And then they profited. They're out. They're done. They're not looking for a longer term, medium term intraday move here. But based on price action setup and my strategy, this move is something I want to see play out a little bit longer than something that I wanted to just happen immediately, right? So that's why I'm going to try and scale into it and see if I can get it to grow and go and go and go. But at the end of the day, I have to also be mindful that it is a downside type day, and I do want to cut it if it does not give me what I'm looking for sort of quickly, right? So because if any of these names start to roll over, like NVIDIA starts to roll harder. Microsoft did start to sell again. You saw that when I see this kind of setup here, that's what I'm looking for my kind of setup, right? We saw that down here, right there. It's the same thing, but on the other end, looking to short that. So I want to see if Microsoft can catch a bid and help me out. Apple still trying to hold 170. And NVIDIA, I want it to just continue its moon mission to 900 and 1,000 and beyond and wherever it wants to go, because that is Mr. Market Maker today. And since the year beginning, that's where NVIDIA started its bid. I got to turn the fan on real quick. Give me a second. You can see S&P's here twice touched off that 5089 level. This is a 30-minute, so I trust these wicks to hold up more so than these 1 minute to 5 minute lower time frames. I want to see this hold up in this area here. If it starts to roll back down and starts to fill these wicks, there is a chance that 89 level does break. And if that 89 level does crack, like I said, that's going to drive the NQ down as well, because we do have down into that 50-80 flat kind of level as well. So I just want to be mindful of The S&P is starting to kind of tick up, speed up to the downside. If it does start to push up, create some more green here and start to turn and continue upside, that 100 level above was very important as well. So areas that I'm watching, you can see the same sort of deal on the NQ, but with the NQ, you could get faster, whippier action, right? And I don't want to be involved in something that's going to be, if it flushes that low, that 900, it does have well down into that 850, 860 level here, where it could go there very fast. So just trying to get ourselves something to kind of follow through on the day. The last few days, I just haven't got the follow through on my moves. I think the setups have been correct. Trying to execute on my trades, it's just execute and let it happen. And sometimes you just hit a little bit of a losing streak. It's so be it. I did mention I didn't want to take another trade. Kind of broke that rule. So that's one thing that you will see me do here and there, that I am a human, and I will take trades sometimes when I say I probably should stay out of the market, but I want you to try and avoid that. Please try to avoid that as best you can, because that does get you into some trouble sometimes. But if you see your setup, it's hard to not go in and attack it, right? Especially when you're on a stream. It's such a different game. I think AK could probably relate to that too. Probably early on, probably less likely now, where you get in the stream and you feel like you want to provide value to people. You want to show them that your plays do play out, and you want to execute and make sure that they're able to get out and be involved in these things. So that's something that I kind of fall into sometimes that I maybe shouldn't with the stream. That's something just like kind of growing pains on the streaming end of it. But overall, like I said, I don't have any ideas on trying not to take this trade, right? This is where everything is sort of set up to be correct. Delta, higher low, trying to keep this higher low going, and then pop the upside. But S&P has just made a big flush downside, so I'm a little concerned about that. Nvidia also breaking down. Microsoft breaking down. Once I saw this up here, I had a hunch that was possibly coming. You could see it also kind of matching up right here. A lower high on that breakout. Didn't quite break out. And Apple looking to break down 170 once again. So if we break through this, I'm going to probably just hammer myself out. If it holds the low below here, below 24, I'm going to just probably hammer myself out, take that quick little hit and be done. But it has to hold down below here. You can't just wick it and bounce off of it, because there's a high volume node down here at 20. So usually 20s are on the NQ for some reason. 20s and 80s get respected pretty good. Didn't quite make it to 80 here. 25 holding. We got this high volume area here. There's a lot of volume here in here. This is the point of control now, right? This 17,935. A lot of times when that value area flips too, you get a little bit of a rotation to the other end of it. But we're going to have to wait and see on that. But if we do break down, let's call it hold below here, we're going to do that. Just being patient. If you want to be involved in the giveaway, just type in the chat. You can type anything in the chat. I'm going to try and include as many people into the raffle as possible. We're giving away 1 free month at tradecaster.com. Coming in on like about 20 more minutes before I give it away. I only got a couple people that want to be involved in the giveaway. We got 33 viewers at the moment. We got all the way up into 45, which is fantastic. We want to try and get to holding as many as possible on a daily basis, providing value. Hey, if you come in here and you watch me and you fade everything I do and that makes you profitable, then great. If you come in here and you follow what I do and you can understand my reasoning behind certain trades, certain ideas, and what I'm looking at when it comes down to trade location and understanding market dynamics and stuff like that, and you can get some value out of it, great. Come in, stop by. We want to see you here as much as possible. Obviously, we want to grow this community, do a bunch of giveaways, do a bunch of things that can help you guys grow as traders. And just like I said, if you're in the Houston area, we could do some meetups. I want to trade in person if we can. We could do just like community building stuff. I do have a job. I have a family. I have kids. I have a company. Everything we do here is to show you that it's possible to do all of that and also have some focus here, right? I've had days where my son comes in here, runs around, we talk about it, we still execute, we were able to be I'm actually, seems like I need him to run around in here because the last few days he's been out of here and I've been hammering losses. So I think maybe his presence in here gives you, what's up, Spy Proby? We're doing pretty good. We're giving away a free month of TradeCaster today. If you want to be involved, let me know. I'll throw you in the wheel. Free month of TradeCaster. If you're already a member or whatever, I think Deck will do whatever he can to get you guys that free month back. If you're a lifetime member or anything like that, we'll see what he can do for you guys. But that free month of TradeCaster, I am giving it away today, sometime later on, either at 11:15. I'm trying to give everybody the chance. You were one of the ones that I wanted to make sure got in here and was able to get involved. So pretty pumped, trying to grow the community and provide some good value. We're sitting here negative on the day, but we're floating in this position, just trying to get this to play out a little bit. Just not quite. I haven't got any follow through on any of my moves over the last 3 days or so, and have myself into a drawdown. It's gonna give you a free member. It's gonna give you one free month. So the giveaway is just, you're gonna send me your name. I obviously have Spy Proby. Let's see. I mean, whoever wins, it's gonna be whoever wins. They're gonna send me their email, their name, and their username, and I'll send it over to Deck. And then when Deck gets it, he'll do what he needs to do to get you a free month, full access. You can come in here, you can go into anybody else's room, any paid room, and have that full month. And then also the full month, you get the access to some of the videos and the lobby. So looks like we're trying to flush now. I'm gonna hammer out of this. 20. If it holds 20, it's got to hold this 20. Now you can see Delta playing along. S&P is flushed at 89.50. I'm flattening this. I don't want to take any more of a loss on it. So we're down today. Another day, another couple losses. Just not playing with the trend. I am not a good trend follower. That's something I need to work on. I'm sure everybody has stuff that they're not as good at. All I got to do is follow the trend, and I just have a terrible time doing that. Let's see. Delta still didn't make new lows, though. S&P is just absolutely melted off through that low. Looking to see if we can stay on the stream a little bit longer just to see what happens with this. I know yesterday I got off probably right around 11. Today I'll probably get off a little bit after 11, trying to get a few other people involved in this giveaway. Currently got 4 or 5 names that I want to throw in there for that free month. Anybody who came in here, the rules were to go over to Instagram, follow me on Instagram, follow my page, but Instagram was down for everybody. Let's see if it's down still. If it's still down, no big deal. It seems like it's down still. Maybe that's another reason why markets are down, because Instagram, Meta, all that stuff is down. Don't have any real good ideas. Berkshire, don't see. Okay. Yeah, we're flat. Down 6. Some days you just don't have it. And I've been in a nice little losing streak of late. Not really great timing on it. Down 6. I have no issue sitting in these kind of drawdowns as far as couple days of back-to-back losses, because I do know that my winning days will outweigh these smaller. I know they seem bigger. I've had plenty of days where I've made 4,000 or 5,000 on a day, where it's just cancels out these, $400, $500, $600 a day losses. So I'm not gonna go home and cry about it. I'm gonna just look to continuously execute on my strategy, and then look to maximize my gains on those winners. I did read Best Loser Wins recently. I think that's a great book for people who are not struggling mentally, or just like want something else that'll help them understand certain things. And he does mention a lot of times in that book, 90% of people will end up losing and stuff like that, but they're all doing the same type of things. And if you can't do something that's a little bit different, you're not going to be successful while trading, right? So just to see how this works, I want to see, I'm taking this on a combine just for fun. Let's see. 820. I will take a long here on this combine just to see if this will play out. I bet this does, only because it's a combine and it's not an actual trade. But we're going to take it long through here to see if that divergence now plays out the way we wanted it to, because you still made new lows and Delta never came back. So I just want to see if it'll play. This is a combine here. This is not, you're going to see the actual ability to profit on this now, because it'll probably go here. But this is just, like I said, this is just a combine. This is here to show what kind of potential could happen if you do take that next trade, take that next trade, take that next trade. Like I said, I'm very appreciative of everybody coming in, being here. Just provide. I wish I could provide value. I hope I could provide value, even on days that I lose. Showing that even on my winning days, my losing days, I'm very similar. No, so that other account was actually a live broker account. This is the prop firm. The prop firm is Top Step. So Top Step, you can get combines. There's a 50K combine that I haven't passed or anything like that yet. It's just here. I can pass it in a couple days. I've passed a few of them already, showing you guys how it's possible, and they give you trading capital to trade for them. So Top Step, like $50. If you want, you go to the link I have a link somewhere up above. You just use that link, click it, you can get a combine. I think it's a little bit of a discount, and they'll provide you trading capital. Oh, this is still a micro. I was trying to trade minis, but oh well, shit happens. See, you can see the power of this mini, these micros playing out here now that this is executing. Thank you, Dick, for coming in. Always mentioning everybody. Yeah, so the combine is that first step to getting funded. That's what this is. This is that combine. It's just, you got to prove to them that you can trade capital for them, and then they'll say, okay, here's a $50,000 account, trade it, do what you want to do with it, and then you have just rules that you have to follow. I stopped out on that just because I didn't want to be in this anyway. I want this to be an NQ. There's a whip action there. Yeah, so the prop firm Top Step is who I use for my funded accounts, for my combines, all that. I find them to be the best, the most professional on a day-to-day basis. They're just very helpful. If you need anything, their support team is very good. They've been around the longest, so they are pretty much the leader in the space. This is, like I said, a combine is just the preemptive part to prior to getting funded. So you got to make, on the 50K, you got to make $3,000 profit to get your funding. And then once you get funded, you just can't draw down $2,000 before losing it. So you just got to do your best to kind of maintain the account, proper position sizing. Don't try and YOLO it, and you can keep that account for as long as you don't go into a drawdown. And I've done my best at getting funded and then drawing down and losing my accounts. So like I said, this is a completely transparent stream. I do my best to be honest. I've tried out Apex. I just don't like the intra position trailing drawdown. Like you could see, like I kind of like to let my position dance a little bit. And in Apex, they give you that, kind of creates a bad habit for me of just banging out of trades before I get my maximum potential gain out of it. You know, like let's say this trade here, if I got in here and we went up 340, our trailing drawdown now drew up 340. If you go to break even, your trailing drawdown now is limited. You know, you've already lost that 340, even though you broke even. And if you break even, let's say you go into profit and break even 3 or 4 times in a row, your drawdown limit is hit and you're out, and you limit your downside. So I've been funded by them a few times, and I've just had a hard time maintaining those accounts because of that trailing drawdown intra-position type deal. So like I said, this is a combine, so I will shoot my shot at this long. I don't have the less you care about a position, the more it's not. Yeah, it's not very good. I like to let it breathe some, but I don't think Apex is a bad company. I think they are not that they'll pay out. I've seen that they pay out. It's not hard to get funded. They hired a lot of influencer types to kind of really push their message, so they get volume of people buying combines, and they pay out a lot of the combines from the payments from people. I'm sure that a lot of Top Step even does that too, but I think realistically they just don't give you every chance to succeed. That trailing drawdown to me is just it's kind of a deal breaker. Same with Take Profit Trader. I like their payout structures, but I also don't. They have that intraday trailing drawdown, and I get screwed on that more than once. Like right, just now we went break even on that. That's no harm, no foul in Top Step, but in Apex and in Take Profit and some other ones, you can go into profit, and you could go into profit decent, go to break even, and then you're out. If you go to break even, then you could trail out technically. So that's just my negative saying about that. If you're more of like a really true scalper and you're kind of just trailing immediately, then Apex could work for you fine. And also if you really scale down and you don't trade full mic, the one benefit about Apex is the ability to scale micros. So if you wanted to trade 5, 10, 15 micros, you could. You just got to be mindful of the drawdown. So it does give you the opportunity to have good micros, but also at the same time, that trailing drawdown is like the negative. So Top Step doesn't allow you to scale micros. It's let's say on the 50K account, you can only have max, let's call it 3 when you're funded. You can only have 3, be it micros or minis. So it's very difficult to, if you want to scale in and out on positions on micros, you can't really do it as well with the position sizing on Top Step with the micro idea. But as far as Apex, you can max out your what's it called? Your micro leverage. All right, we're approaching that 10 o'clock hour. The 11 o'clock hour here, Central Time. I'm going to start to look for a raffle wheel generator. Wheel of names, random name picker. I'm going to start entering people into the chat and into there. Also, Sully1. Anybody who wants to be involved in the giveaway, you got to be over in Tradecaster. I appreciate you, dude. All right, I'll give you a call, Evan, in a little while. Yeah, it looks like it's at the bottom of the range to me. Spy Proby, copy your name here. I'm going to give a lot of people in this chat the ability to get involved in this giveaway. I want to be able to provide anybody who came in here and made this possible the opportunity to get in and get this free month of TradeCast. So just give me a second. I'm trying to just copy some of these names into the chat. I know Ray wants to be involved. Texted me. I know Nick wants to be involved. He said it. Abby wants to be in here. I know Abby wanted it. Abby wanted it. Let's see. Abby wants it. Sully One wants it. Spy Proby wants it. Sully One wants it. Let's see who else. Anybody else want it? Anybody else want to get in on this giveaway here? I know there was rules to the giveaway on the Instagram portion, but apparently Instagram, Meta, Facebook, all is down right now. So that is not really a justifiable giveaway portion of this. And I'm a man of my word. We get the viewers up to 25. We are definitely doing the giveaway. So I'll actually put a couple other people in here that I know are here on a day-to-day basis and have interacted in the chat that maybe have walked away for a minute or two. I'm just giving the loyal viewers their benefit of the doubt here. So, and also the Instagram being down kind of made the giveaway a little bit more, unfortunately, wonky. Alrighty, L'Oreal, Profit Trader, Richness, Rahul, Trade Master. Just give me a second. Oh, I ended up resetting that. There we go. All right. I'm going to give it till 11:15. 11:15, we will do the spinning wheel. Currently, our wheel has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 names on it here. We're going to do this wheel giveaway. That'll be pretty cool. I do have this buy order sitting there. It probably will get filled, but that's, like I said, this combine. Just showing to see the possibility of the potential of longs at the low of the day. Looks like it just got filled. Cool. Oh, Instagram apparently is back up, somebody said. There's a 70% long bias in the NQ, which is concerning, but this is going to be a long here. Let's see if it goes. Oh, there's a DOM surface. Normally my strategy, I don't enter anything until the hourly close, and I want to see what kind of hourly close we get here. Why does this keep popping up? There we go. I'm watching that and this. So you can see the difference here. NQ. This is the difference between minis and micros, right? I'm long here. You could see easily 2 contracts. It's 10%, 10 points. Yeah, it's a small bounce. Price will go down again later after the bounce. Yeah, absolutely, Abby. I think realistically, we're at the base of this range here. The NQ, if you see on the 30-minute, you can see right here, we flushed that 928 levels 1, 2, 3 times here. That's like a triple wick, like tweezer bottom type deal, but that is right in line with the breakout from Friday, right? So, or Thursday into Friday. So potentially you could rotate back up to 18,000 just on a bounce. And then even, rotating back down through is a possibility because you do have that wick there. But the way the market's been acting of late, just the possibility of these bounces playing out are, the buyers just kind of step in and step in and step in, and it's hard to avoid how much they really just kind of continue to rip. So this is at break even from that. It's 11 o'clock. We're at 40 viewers for the day. The goal was 25, and we're going to give away that free month of TradeCaster. I'm going to show you. This is the S&Ps. We are holding below that 50, 92, 75. If that can hold and continue to rotate down, then you do get this full rotation back down through the downside, like Abby said. It's just, it's a good area for a bounce. My delta divergence is really kind of telling me a story of less and less sellers coming in here, less and less sellers coming in, higher highs on the delta, more and more buyers starting to step in, even at lower prices. So if we can get this delta to continue up to the upside as we're breaking new highs of this little range, right? If we can break the highs of this range and continue the delta to kind of push up, then you're going to get that continuation of the delta to the upside, right? And now this is where we were entering our longs prior and we got this break and then the failure. We would need to break through this zone here and hold above to get that rotation probably up into that 980 before you decide to maybe get that next leg down like Gabby was talking about. But S&Ps are trying to hold that low. Apple caught a little bit of a bid and moved downside. Nvidia now breaking the highs of the last swing high. High of the day is all the way up here at 860. So you are looking at a pretty nice move here. Potentially, if Nvidia wants to catch a bid, it's kind of reaccepting into this value area that I'm looking at right there. Potentially up into 852. If we could get above 850, then Nvidia does just love to run. There is a seller here at 945. All right. 10 more minutes. We're going to get into our giveaway. I sell one there. And leave that one at break even. So now we just have one runner on. The power of these minis, I secured 250 and we're sitting about 250 in profit. So now we just let this thing kind of go and see where it wants to go. I do have a better time trading these because I limit my risk on the downside, and then I also can just maximize my gains to the upside with the actual more than one contract on the. My strategy really plays well with full mini contracts. When I hit drawdown periods, I switch over to the micros to just dig myself out and start to develop better habits again. And then I get back into the minis and try and just start to really just maximize my profits on bounces and bounces and bounces, right? Or shorts or whatever I'm looking to do at the time. But trying to play these ranges is our best bet, right? So I'm going to give the giveaway until 11:15. Anybody else, you have to mention it in the chat at the moment to be involved. Get involved. If you want to be in on this giveaway, you must just type something or let your friends know, let your family know, go into another chat, go into AK's room, tell them, hey, Policing Pips is giving away 1 free month of TradeCast, so you better come over here. He's going to do the drawing at 11:15. We hit our numbers, so whoever gets in, gets in. I appreciate people who follow the rules, who listen, who are loyal members. So a couple of those people that have been in here since the beginning are definitely getting involved in this, and hopefully we can give away this month. And then as we grow the stream, every week I'm going to look to give away something else, more and more and more and more, and we're going to look to see if we can build this community into what we want it to be, right? Like I said, if we want to start meetups, go into trading meetups, do what Deck is doing with his ski trips and stuff like that. I really want to try and build a community of people and not just be a signal service and just somebody that's in the background. That's cool too. I don't mind being that, but I like to make some friends out of this, and hopefully we can grow it to levels that are kind of out of my imagination. Really, I'm not dreaming of grandeur, right? I'm not trying to be Mr. Beast here, but at the same time, I'm just trying to be valuable to as many people as possible. And right now, I think we're doing a pretty good job. There's only one other person I think I want to include in this is Temple, and because he's sleeping, so I'm going to include him in this. Kramer trades. He's in there as well. He works. He's also a day job type, but except he works midnights, so he's sleeping right now. So I do want to include him in the chat. So if he does win, don't be upset because he's working, he's sleeping, and he's probably not on right now. So I'm giving him the opportunity on a day that he normally would be here to get in on the fun with the giveaway. So let's see if we can continue this bounce. I want to see the S&Ps pull up above 50.92, which it looks like it's trying to do right here. And we'll see if we can get this to continue to follow through. We're up, like I said, on this trade here with the minis. Unfortunately, on the other account, we just kind of shut it down for now. This account, we're sitting up about 600 and change. I just moved to the bottom of this just in case this decides to flush after the rejection of 50.92. Because we're kind of getting this little bit of a rising wedge, and a lot of times when these fail at higher support resistance levels, they kind of tend to rip your face off to the other end. So I want to see it go. If it does break out above here, we do have that 980 in our targets. So we're talking about this being the low, the low, the low, the low. This is the benefit of having a combine to kind of just throw your ideas out there. And then, if you have another account that you're kind of working with, go out there, test your ideas, see if they're going to continue to work. Unfortunately, like I said, the other account, I'm just trying to hold off on for a few. But this account here, we are up pretty nicely. On this trade here, we took two minis on the break above this little resistance. We took one off at 940, and now we're sitting about 80 ticks in profit on this. We've secured 30 ticks on the stop loss. So anything we happen to catch to the upside now is just going to be gravy. We are looking to see if we can get this to break out and hold above this zone here. Then we can get that follow through. If not, you're going to get the rotation back down. It seems like the S&Ps is trying to hold below that 5092 and 3/4. If it does, then this probably flushes 928.75. Kind of really right where our break even is. Our break even is right basically at that breakout point where we've just wicked, and now we're trying to rotate up from. If you're a believer in head and shoulders type deals, then this could be that setting up. So a crack of the low could give you that good selling pressure down through 900 as well. So mindful of that. But if we break the high here, then I think we can continue this push up. There's the coffee company, daytradingcoffeeco.com. Use my code policingpips and you get 15% off of your order. You can use it, share it as many times as you want. We are looking to do giveaways with that moving forward. I did mean to pull up NVIDIA. That's really what I was looking for. I wanted to break 850. If NVIDIA can break 850, I think it starts to rally some more. Apple and Microsoft. Microsoft was pushing up some. Apple still hitting these 170.40 levels and just selling from there. But you do have another, higher low here. You see if we can get this back above into that area there. This is a key level here that it's been playing with all morning. It was the breakdown point originally at 170.43. So if Apple can continue to hold this wedge and rotate higher, then this goes. If Apple cracks and rotates lower, then it may start to initiate some selling. But Apple's been a little bit disconnected from the NQ, interestingly enough. You see Microsoft trying to crack the highs here. Here's that break above. $8, $9.40, $11.10. We got 5 minutes. Anybody else looking to get into this giveaway? We're giving away a free month of tradecaster.com. I think Instagram and Facebook might be back up. So head over there, like the post I just made. If you like the post I just made and follow the directions, then you will also be involved in the giveaway. Okay? So just do your best to go over there and follow the rules. It is active now, so go over Instagram, like the story or whatever it is, like the post, come in here, let me know, because there's only a finite little bit of a time left that we're going to be doing this. 5 more minutes, and then I'm going to do the giveaway officially at 11:15. This breakout looks like it wants to kind of go, continue on up. S&P's is now holding that 50.92.75, so This little wedge here hopefully can break out and hold. I want to hold above right around this level here. I want to hold this whole area here. If I could hold that and break above, then hopefully can continue to rotate up. If it does break down, then I want to be out. I'll secure that. But it looks like it wants to continue on upside because the S&P is also playing that game as well. So we are managing this position here. It is 11:15. We're up currently on this trade here. Unrealized 678. We realized 243, and we have a trailing stop in profit. One contract, 300-ish, 290. So, overall, we are willing to give back about $150 to continue to see if this will hold above this zone or if it's gonna wick this high and rotate down lower. We could run into that resistance there at 960. 406.98. Deck talking about bounces at 4. There's that hold. So we are looking to see if we can break above this high here. If we break above this high at 960.625, I think 980 does come into play. I'm going to trail this stop accordingly. If we get up into here, I don't want it to come back to where we just held. So I want to put my stop probably just below 950. If it does just wick this and come back down and stop us right now, then that's fine. We managed the position as well as we possibly could. This is really kind of how I like to manage my positions. We got that final bounce. We got stopped again on this, and then we finally got the move that we were looking for. It is what it is. I was playing the wrong area of my entries. I was playing up here as the entry. Here we got the failure. Same thing over here, failed it. Never really made a new low until we got all the way over here. So this one managed it probably better than any of the other ones, right? Obviously, this third time's the charm on the trade here. 2 more minutes, and then I'm gonna pull the wheel up, and we are gonna use 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 names currently in there. If I would love to get 2 more at least with 30 people. 35 people in the room. This looks like it wants to kind of push down and fail now. Or one of these names is possibly rolling over. Microsoft rolling. Apple probably rolling. Apple rolling. Nvidia rolling. Okay, we're flat on that trade there. Up 538. So that's the power of just one good trade there. 538 on that trade. Huge. Just well managed for me. We call it 1, we call it 2. If it does continue on upside, we'll have to try and just wait and see. But we have 1 minute remaining, and we're going to pull up the wheel of names, it's called, I guess. Here's the giveaway for 1 free month of Tradecaster.com. It's about, let's call it a 175 Tradecaster. Let's pull up the pricing. $174 value. Right here, we're giving away this 1 month of free Tradecaster.com. So come on over if you're in YouTube. You have 30 seconds left to get involved in the giveaway. So the moment of truth is coming in. We are giving away this 1 month of Tradecaster. Hey, if we get this stream up, I may start to give away some of these other ones. As we hit bigger and bigger milestones. I'd rather come in and reward some of the loyal viewers and give you guys free access for life. I'm a free streamer for now. If I get the stream up big enough, may have to become a paid streamer. But at the end of the day, I'm going to try and give away as much value to be able to provide you the opportunity to do that. But it looks like we're trying to break above here again. It looks like 11:15 is here. So we are going to click spin the wheel. Anybody who's ready to get this free month, here we go. Trademaster looking like the winner of the day. We have a winner. So Trademaster is going to get 1 free month of Tradecaster.com. I do plan on doing this pretty much daily. Not daily, weekly. I'm sorry. I don't want to lie to you. I'm going to do this weekly. I'm going to go here to desktop. I'm going to go to Policing Pips, and I'm going to save this as winner. So I have that there. Obviously, like we said, the more we can get this viewership up on a weekly basis. Let's say I'll do 2 giveaways this week. If we can get this viewership to 50 by Friday, I will give away a couple of day trading coffee companies, cool bowl mugs here. We got our bowl mug. So that'll go to the next winner. I'll send that to whoever wants to come in. So if we get 50 viewers by Friday or another day, we'll get up to 50. We'll send out some day trading coffee company swag. So that'll be our next giveaway. So the more people that come in here, the more people that interact, the more chances you have of being a winner. So right now it was Trademaster who was the winner. So we're going to get him that free month of Tradecaster. I'm going to have him reach out to me, and we'll see. If we don't get that, if I can't get Trademaster to accept his prize, then I will end up giving it to somebody else in here. Okay, so just give me a couple days, and if you don't hear from me, then you will not be getting it. But obviously, if Trademaster doesn't reach out and hit me up, then they're not going to get the free month, and I'll give it to the next person. I'll do a new drawing. So let's see. I appreciate you guys coming in here. I'm gonna have to get Trademaster to get to reach out to me, hit me up, and we'll get you that free month. I'll reach out to Deck and send it over. Everybody, I want you guys to continue to come in, come view it. We'll stay on here until 11:30. See how this kind of plays out. If we get choppiness up until probably 1 o'clock or so, and then we'll, I'm not going to be on. But if you're on, be mindful of this being a base, possibly looking to just be a range bound rest of the day. You do have tomorrow with J-Powell coming on to speak. He's doing his testimony starting at 9 a.m. Central Time. You do have Jolts also as well. And then obviously crude oil inventories at 9:30 every Wednesday. Thank you, everybody. Like I said, it's been awesome being able to. I know Deck being away has a big part, a good reason of why a lot of people came in today and we're able to come view. But I want to be able to provide that value as much as possible to anybody who wants to come in and check out my stream and be a part of this, because we're out here just every day providing value. Yeah, the last 2 days I've had some hiccups in my my trades, but like you see, we were able to capitalize on this combine and be up 538 on one pretty good trade. So, providing good value if you're trading and just sticking with us, and understanding reasons behind trades, maybe making adjustments here and there during the session. It's going to be a really good opportunity for you to kind of follow along and see what I'm all about and where you can go from here. I think 20 is the one. Yeah, that's the one. Cool. Anybody else have any questions, comments, concerns for the rest of the day? Maybe considering how we're going to do giveaways in the future. Anybody that wants to learn anything that you want me to bring up or go over before I get off at 11:30, just let me know. We are here to just provide, like I said, provide some value to everybody who comes into the room. I will start, as we do have more viewers on a day-to-day basis. I want to try and, if you like this, just give me a decent rating, give me some stars over there, 5 stars. Subscribe. You don't have to come into the room all the time, but just subscribe to it. Just show the admin over there at Tradecaster that I'm doing at least an okay job of starting my streaming career here, and I want to be able to give everybody the opportunity to learn and grow along with us. And everybody who's in here now and sticks with us long term, I think you're going to have a really good time moving forward. So that's where we're at right now. I just, anything that anybody believes could be useful for the stream moving forward, it'll be very helpful if you could just comment. You could send me an email. You could shoot over a DM in this or whatever you need to do, and I'll get back to you. My email is daytradingcoffeeco@gmail.com. You could shoot me an email there anytime. Go to the website. You could drop a line on the website. You could drop a comment in the lobby here. I'll always be able to see the comments in the lobby, even if I'm not live streaming. I'm pretty sure it just allows you to comment and ask questions. So if you have any questions, always come on in here and talk about it. Overall, I think we had a great day. Not really P&L wise, but as far as having good conversation, developing a community, having people on the stream that normally aren't here and who kind of got a little bit of value from maybe my levels, just my thought process behind certain trades, my delta divergence ideas, right? We're still building on higher highs on divergence here on the delta. So it does kind of tell me that the sellers are not that they're stopping, but they're less likely to get involved. More buyers are trying to get involved at these levels. Higher highs in delta, just it's newer buyers coming in, more on the bid. So they're less likely to start selling at these areas and more likely to start buying. So that's really the idea behind that strategy and that idea. So if you do crack above here, maybe that does give you that idea to play the long breakthrough here and into that 80s, right? You want to play that continuation. You have to get that delta to play along as well. You do see the S&Ps holding. They're holding this level here. So we do have that that confluence to see that there possibly could be a rotation back to that 100 level. Same deal on the NQs. Held this level 928 3 times, and now you're trying to break through and up into the upside. So watch this level break here. You could do this and take the breakout right here and see if you could just secure one above and then leave a runner on. This is just an idea here that I'm taking on this combine here, just shooting a shot at it. If you wanted to take that into consideration, right? Just to show the ability of this. This is, like I said, this is a combine. This isn't me actively trading in one of my funded or my brokerage account here, but this is an idea that does work out, right? You could see it playing here. If we get above that 960 area, which is this high, you might want to look to maybe take one contract off at 65 or watch this and kind of just trail it as it approaches 980. Because the S&Ps are holding that 92 and pushing back above where the wicks are coming, you are getting the strength to come back into this market and push above and hold, right? You came in, you tried to flush the low, didn't quite get any follow through. You still have higher highs on delta, so you do have new buyers coming in that could get you to rotate this back upside, right? That's really all I can do as far as these moves are concerned. Just kind of put myself in position to be able to secure some of these profits. You can take one off at the high if that's what you're into, right there, 65. You can front run it if you want to front run that area, right? There's some wicks there that you might want to front run that to just take that one off. And then if you get that off, then you can go to break even and then you have a free trade, and everything beyond that is profit, right? Or more profit. There's that push up, looking to break above. You want to try and break those highs. I'm going to go to break even and plus a little bit. Just see if that'll come back down. If it's going to fail that high and make a newer, come back down and make a low, I want to just be out and flat. If I can get filled in front of that large size there, you can see my order is sitting here at at that area. There is a big order sitting just on the other side of it, so we should get filled on that one, just based on where our take profit is. There we go. We got one off there. So now this stop can go to break even and then just be a runner, right? So now you see this pushing up high side. We can see if this will kind of continue to run or if it's going to fail this breakout of the high. There you go. I want to see it to 980. That would be a nice little push. I've secured a little bit more than break even here, and I want to see if this will just continue to run up. That's just my thought process on this one as well. We're sitting up since our losers on the other account. We're up $1,000 right now over the last few trades. There's your breakout. So now we have secured everything and then some. So now we're going to just see how much further we can go on this. As we approach 980, we're going to see if we can secure, get tighter with our stop. I want to get, if it can get right into that 980, I'm going to put my stop just below this yellow liquidity zone here. If it doesn't play out, we're going to get stopped out now anyway, right below these wicks, below this this area here. But if, like I said, if we get up into that 980, you should be able to secure some of that profit there. Secure that move. And I don't want to just have a take profit at 980. I want to let this thing breathe a little bit, not too much. I want to give it down to like 75. But if it gets to 980, I don't want to just take profit because I think it possibly could blow right through it. And if it blows right through it, then we want to secure more. I would just go to, trail it faster, tighter, as I start to see the price go in my direction. And you can start to see it moving now. Our stop's in an okay location. You got low volume nodes here. We're sitting on top of a higher volume area at 970, and the 80s tend to get tagged. So the 80s tend to get tagged. So we're looking to see if we can get to the 80s. If not, we've secured another little good piece of profit here. If we get up to the base of this yellow zone, the stop's going just below 70. And then as we approach 80, like I said, we're going to go down into 975. So there's that push up. Of course, we're doing this on the combine, which is fine. I'll take another funded account. But it would have been nice to get back these gains and then some in the brokerage account, but I may do that later. I'm not worried about that now on stream. I'm worried about managing this position right here, right now. We got above, right to that area. I'm going just below this candle here because if it comes back into here, I think it'll roll. There we go. We're flat. So we are now up on this combine 1,033. So really, overall, today we didn't take the trades in that funded account, and we were down 650 on it, but we're up 1,000 on this right now. So probably net $400 in profit, streamed live in real time. So you can see that that's the truth. I didn't make anything up, but you could see that I did. Like I am transparent about it. This is not live. This one is a combine, so it does give me the opportunity to get another funded account. So there is that emotional part of it still there, but we did play that strategy pretty nicely. So we are seeing that these breakouts of wedges are kind of following through from the lows of our day. Could rotate back to VWAP. That's the anticipated move, I think. But overall, thank you everybody. I'm really, really appreciative of you guys coming here when Deck is gone. This stream is going to finish up here, and tomorrow I'll be back on again, 8:30 till 11, every single day Central Time. We're going to be trading the futures. We're going to just call out levels, talk about how, this was the right idea here. Maybe I didn't manage it correctly on my end, but really we do have really great possibilities here to kind of work through our little bit of mistakes and then become even better for it, longer term. 1 or 2 days of just being a little off isn't going to kill you if you manage your positions correctly, right? That's what we want to do here. We want to manage our positions correctly. We want to do good money management. We don't want to just let this thing fall off on us for the rest of the day and then just lose our shirt, right? I'll take down 650 today, down 4 yesterday, and come back tomorrow and make 1,000. I just made 1,000 in two trades, right? I could have done that on that account. I'm just showing you the ability to, I'm trying to stick to my plans over there and also provide you value over here. So we did that first giveaway, turned out great. Trademaster earned himself 1 free month of Tradecaster. I'm going to send Deck the email to send Trademaster a free month. If I can't get that free month to Trademaster, I'll come back on here tomorrow and let you know, hey, maybe he doesn't need it or doesn't want it or whatever the case may be. And then I will do that and give it to somebody else who could use that month. Or maybe he wants to donate it. Who knows? But till tomorrow, same time, same place. We're trading futures. We're calling out levels. I think we did a good job of calling out this here. Overall, I didn't execute the best on certain moves here, but we did just kind of trade to our plan, and sometimes the plan leads to some small losses, and then you move on to the next day and you make it back and then some. So like I said, stay in the game, trade for tomorrow. I appreciate everybody coming in here. The next big number is going to be 50 viewers. If I can get to 50 viewers, I'm giving away one of these cool mugs from daytradingcoffeeco.com. I appreciate you, Abby. Thank you for coming in and being interactive. If you want to come by again anytime, you're always welcome. Come by. Maybe you'll get one of these cool mugs given away. If we can get up to 50 viewers, come one day this week. I'm just going to continue to hit giveaways at every milestone. So I appreciate you. Come back again tomorrow. Come back whenever you want. And then we'll look to do a little bit better for myself, profit-wise, but overall, just provide some good value for everybody in here. Until tomorrow, 8:30, I'll see you all then. Head over to Day Trading Coffee Company when you leave and get yourself that 15% discount using policing pips. So I'll talk to you all tomorrow. Peace out.